Danger, but the drones are flying over sensitive areas, including not only Trump National Golf Club, but also the Picatinny Arsenal military base. So the FAA is canceling flights over both of those locations right now.
Fox's Nate Foy. State and local officials also investigating. New York City police say it appears United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was targeted by the gunman who killed him early today in Midtown Manhattan.
What we know is that the shooter arrived at the location on foot about 5 minutes prior to the victim's arrival.
Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny says Thompson was walking to the hotel where an investors meeting was being held. The suspect last seen heading into Central Park on an e-bike. The U.S. Supreme Court hearing a fight over gender-affirming care for minors.
This case is about access to medications that have been safely prescribed for decades to treat many conditions, including gender dysphoria.
U.S. Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogger arguing a Tennessee ban goes too far. But the Tennessee Solicitor General, J. Matthew Rice, says the ban is aimed at protecting children from risky and unproven medical treatments.
These interventions carry often irreversible and life-altering consequences, and the systematic reviews conducted by European health authorities have found no established benefits.
The legal challenge is over the law's ban on puberty blockers, hormones, and other medical treatment, not the ban on surgery for minors. Those arguments, scheduled for an hour, lasted for 2.5. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Bundle up. 42 degrees, cloudy downtown. Radar is clear around Indianapolis, but there are some chances for snow later tonight. That's made possible by low temps into the mid-teens. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. It's going to be cold tomorrow. Cody Moore with the National Weather Service says temps could drop to the negatives Thursday morning.
Because if you are outside, especially if you work outside, then that's when you can come upon some real issues. So just make sure you wear heavy coats, gloves, hats, dress appropriately for this. Don't be outside for an extended period of time.
Moore says snow is possible, too. Could start falling around 8 tonight, so be safe if you're driving late tonight or early tomorrow morning. After a couple of years of delays, former Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill will finally stand trial in a civil groping case against him. Here's Kurt Darling.
4 women accused him of touching them inappropriately soon after the legislative session came to an end in 2018. The plaintiffs in the case had asked for another delay in the proceedings, but the judge denied that request on Tuesday. A special prosecutor was assigned to the case a while back, but chose not to bring any criminal charges. The civil trial is due to begin next Monday. Hill still denies the accusations. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A few people were hurt after a school bus and ambulance were involved in a wreck on the east side this morning. IMPD says it happened just before 8 at 38th and Mithofer Road. Only minor injuries were reported. Officers are still looking into how the whole thing happened. Freedom and opportunity. That's the name of the agenda of Indiana's next governor. Governor-elect Mike Braun intends to shake things down.
I'm going to be focusing on what I bring to the table, experience, problem solving, and making Hoosiers' lives better across the board.
Braun in his post-election press conference from last month, his agenda focuses on things like tax relief, investing in lower cost health care, and universal school choice. Christmas lights, they're great until someone wraps them around their cars, says State Police Sergeant Glenn Fifield.
Well, I would say you should probably reconsider. The money you invest in that may go into a fine if you're pulled over and given a citation. It's not something you really want to go down.
Field says as fun as the lights can be, it is a distraction to other drivers. Could make it harder for them to see, and something could happen that you wouldn't want to happen. Hence an accident. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good?
Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ends 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
The traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Good afternoon, Harrison. Looking at eastbound 465 on the north side, starting to get a little bit slow from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. South side, eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic after Harding into Meridian, Illinois. At inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic at West. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information on nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Windy conditions today. We may see winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour. Highs right around 42. Scattered snow showers later this evening with some light accumulations expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's... Hammer, we have some updates from right here in Indiana from the people who brought you legal stuff, from the people who brought you Halloween stuff.
Okay.
From the people who previously brought you vaccine stuff.
What do we got?
Cue up the band. We got some Indiana stuff.
All right. Tenderloins.
Woo!
Euchre. Basketball. Indiana stuff. All stories from right here in our backyard. And man, backyard might have some snow in it later on tonight, Nige. Like, I looked at the forecast and I saw the high in the 40s today.
Sure.
I was like, all right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Even if it's just for, a day or two, it's a little reprieve from the bitter cold. But then I looked at what was going to happen after it was in the 40s. Just a complete drop in the temperature tonight. A front moves in. Some of the most cold air we have seen this year. Snow could be falling in various parts of central Indy. We could get wind gusts around 40 miles per hour tonight.
Man, when is the snow coming? That's not till later tonight, is it? Because earlier this week we had a quote-unquote light dusting of snow, and it took me 2 hours to get home after we got done with the show.
Yeah, it was snow and it was ice. Now it's going to be snow, cold, and wind. Some areas will see a light dusting of snow tonight, a few slick spots out of the road, but a wind advisory goes into effect later this evening until 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Now, I don't think you guys have to worry about this, you being Nigel and Allison in the studio, but when you got big ears like I do, wind advisories in the winter are awful. That cold air hitting your face, it feels like you're being stabbed. And then when you got big ears out there, man, it just collects the cold air.
Well, that's when you make a quick pit stop to Burger King and pick up a couple of Junior Whoppers and put them over your ears. And then eat them when you get home, right? Like you once did on your way home from basketball practice.
I may or may not have done that in high school. Had to stay after practice and didn't have a ride. Freezing cold, so I started walking from Beech Grove High School to my house in Beech Grove. There's a Burger King right there on the corner of Hornet and Emerson.
Yes.
Man, I didn't have a hat. I didn't have a scarf. Big ears. So I stopped in Burger King and got a couple of junior burgers, put them on my ears, hiked home like I got headphones on.
That is Beech Grove ingenuity at its finest right there.
There's no off switch on this Genius panel.
And did you eat the burgers after you?
Hell yes, I ate the burgers. Abso-freaking-lutely. I had to heat them back up in the microwave, though. That's how cold it was that day. But
sounds good, actually.
It kind of does, right? But we are going to have some nasty, cold, and very windy weather. So if you have those blow-ups at your house, like the Christmas decoration blow-ups, better take those bad boys down tonight because they're going to be blowing, rocking, and rolling all over the yard. More Indiana stuff here. Delphi murder case, Judge Fran Gull. The big sentencing is coming up December 20th for Richard Allen. And no big surprise here, no cameras allowed in the courtroom for the sentencing.
Yeah, there was like a media coalition is what they called it. Somebody from our news gathering partners, Wish TV, somebody else from THR, I think, sent a media request to the judge. Hey, we want cameras in the courtroom when the sentencing goes down. And she just wrote back a simple, denied.
And she wrote it and signed it off like Dennis Miller used to do on Weekend Update. I am out of here. Again, not a big surprise here, but what would be the harm in the sentencing? There's no jury. There's nobody you got to worry about outing, But, okay, fine. We'll find out the sentence on December 20th, and I'm willing to bet by, December 21st, maybe even sooner, the defense team of Richard Allen is going to start working on that appeals process. More Indiana stuff. The Fort Wayne killer, Joseph Corcoran. He's scheduled to be executed by the state of Indiana coming up on December 18th. But his lawyers, they're trying to get the Indiana Supreme Court to give him a last-minute stay of execution because they're saying their client is mentally ill.
Well, good luck with that.
So in these new court documents that have been released to the press, Corcoran's legal team claims that he has severe mental illness, which has prevented him from properly requesting post-conviction relief. So basically, they're saying this guy doesn't know what's going on. He's not filling out the documents properly that would allow his legal team to even reach out to the Supreme Court or to the governor's office. He's refusing to sign anything. I don't know. This whole thing feels a little contrived to me.
Well, this is the guy that killed 4 men and then also was accused of allegedly killing his parents, but was acquitted of that charge, even though there was strong evidence to the contrary.
Right. So his body count looks like it's 6 here. And this is one of the worst of the worst. He's been on death row for a long time. He's completely out of appeals, has been for a long time. But we just had protesters out of Monument Circle a couple weekends ago saying he should not meet his maker. You've got the legal team here saying, oh, he should not be executed. He's mentally unfit. And you can't execute somebody that's insane. So we'll see what happens here. But it doesn't sound like Funky Todd Rokita, the Attorney General, is wavering off any of this.
Did you see what the excuse was for Ben Ritchie? Is that his name? Benjamin Ritchie, who killed the police officer?
In Beech Grove.
In Beech Grove. I saw this morning on Wish. The excuse, because he's next up on the list.
Right. We're just waiting for a date.
And the excuse was now they've come up with, his lawyers say he was born with fetal alcohol syndrome, so he shouldn't be eligible for the death penalty. Okay.
These people.
Good one. Yeah. Because didn't you say Ben Ritchie was the guy that was making faces at the victims' families and stuff in the courtroom?
He called the widow. Now, if you got kids in the car, earmuffs here, but this is a true thing. He called the grieving widow, as she's reading her statement in the court, a bitch. Got up, laughed in her face, got a tattoo on his neck of the badge number of the officer that he had killed.
Oh, but fetal alcohol syndrome, so can't put him to death.
No.
Right.
No. Let's get a date going. Let's get these people out of appeals, out of our planet. Let's do that. I'm on board for that. Big night last night for 2 Indiana college football teams, Nige. The latest college football playoff bracket came out. Now, this is subject to change. Conference championship games are this weekend. Here in Indy, we're hosting Oregon and Penn State. But the latest bracket has Indiana as a 10 seed traveling to Athens to take on number 7 Georgia. But again, this could change because Georgia is playing in the SEC championship game. If they win that against Texas, then Georgia's getting a bye. So it might be Indiana at Texas or somebody else might slide down.
Ooh, those are both tough, though, either way, right?
How about Notre Dame? Notre Dame right now is a number 6. That would mean number 11 Alabama playing in South Bend against Notre Dame. But again, subject to change because if there are some upsets in conference championships, things could get a little squirrely. We won't know for sure until Sunday night. That's when the final bracket comes out. It doesn't look like Indiana's going to get a home game. If you wanted Indiana to be playing in Bloomington, that's not going to happen. Notre Dame will have a home game. We just don't know against who yet.
Question from Corn Pop on the YouTube chat. Did Purdue make it? No,
I think
No
Indiana
corn pop?
just scored again, actually, on Purdue. Like, while we were standing here, Coach Sig went for 2, actually.
Hilarious.
Matt Bear, we have got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline for weather. That's going to affect the roads. How is it looking right now?
Eastbound, it's not horrible at the moment. We have usual delays. One popping up eastbound 70, of course, stop and go from Harding over to Meridian, Illinois. North side eastbound 465, that's stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
So, yeah, that wind advisory is scheduled to begin at 6 o'clock this evening and go until 4 a.m. Gusts could be around 40 miles per hour. Cold, nasty wind chill, maybe the coldest air of the year, and some snow. But other than that, things look great, Nige. Oh, man, get the board shorts out, get the cutoff. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. 43 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, we all have enough to worry about during the holiday season. The last thing you want to deal with is a broke down furnace. That's why I am an American Standard Heating and Air customer, because American Standard Heating and Air is built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local dealers in Central Indy.
How about Absolute Comfort? Absolute Comfort. Be sure to ask for our friend Chris Wedican. Chris is an expert in saving you money on utilities. Absolute Comfort can help you with your American Standard heat pump options that help you cool in the spring, heat in the winter, and save you money. They save energy, they save you money. Absolute Comfort's experts can also make sure that your home is zoned properly, thus ensuring your comfort, once again, and saving you money. Contact Absolute Comfort right now. AbsoluteComfort.org. That's AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your independent American Standard heating and air dealer. American Standard, built to a higher standard.
According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income, and it's because they file for their benefits at the wrong time. Learn how you can avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. We trust Bill to help us with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impacts on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRA and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums. If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income. That money's rightfully yours. Call Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-0395. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, don't take your eyes off the road. Just listen. What you hear right now? Your customers hear it too. Get your message heard. Text BUSINESS to 71007 now. Get results with Radio 1.
This hour powered by bwindow.com, where their annual 52% off Black Friday has been extended.
Nigel Show.
Oh, man, my name is Nigel. Hammer's here. His wife's out of town, so he's been staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning every night. I, on the other hand, when it's cold out...
You make it sound like I'm closing down the bars. I reorganized my T-shirt drawer last night at home.
That's hilarious. So 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when you go to bed, though? You just can't get to sleep?
Man, I'm a late night guy anyway. Like, you guys know this.
Man.
I don't normally go to sleep till like 1 or so anyway.
But now the wife's out of town all week.
When my schedule gets screwed up, when I'm out of my routine, I'm an idiot. Like, I don't know what to do. So I just clean the house.
So I missed the nightly tradition of the Moonshine Advent Calendar that you purchased while you were down in Tennessee. You post that on Facebook, but I missed the flavor. I haven't watched it yet.
We put it on Instagram and Twitter as well. So if you don't follow us on all of those platforms, jump in the mix. We need some more Instagram people. Follow Hammer and Nigel. But last night on the Old Smoky Moonshine Distillery Advent Calendar that I purchased last week in Rocky Top, it was like a dessert kind of flavor. It was orange creamsicle.
Man, that sounds delicious. You can't even taste the alcohol in that stuff, can you?
Right. And I said that in the video. It's like, this isn't the hardcore stuff. Like the Moonshine purists, they've already made their voices heard. Oh, if you buy it at a store, it doesn't count as shine. All right, fine. I get that. But we're going to do this every single night, and it was pretty good.
That one looks great. Orange creamsicle?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And I finally put it in the fridge, too, because I don't have to have it cold. But the first two that we did in this Advent calendar was like eggnog and fruit punch. And I thought, you know what? I think that would have been better cold. So
eggnog, not so much warm, better cold.
Got it in the fridge now, and we'll do another one tonight. So please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Come find us because Zuck sucks at Hammer and Nigel. Now, with all of this talk of Advent calendars and hearing the holiday music, I think the only thing we're missing here is a good old-fashioned, God-fearing holiday memory from the First Lady of WIBC, the lovely Terry Stacy.
Christmas is no time to be singing.
Holiday Memories with Terry Stacy.
The best way to stay warm during the holidays is to put a live weasel down the front of your underwear.
And this has been Holiday Memories with Terry Stacy.
It's a unique way to stay warm.
Did she say live weasel?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just making sure I heard that correctly.
That may come in handy tonight, as cold as it's expected to be. Have you ever heard of the term zebra striping, Nige?
No.
So if you're going to like a holiday party this year, the office Christmas party, you don't want to get hammered, but you want to look social. Zebra striping is this new term. It's kind of an old idea, but it's a new term where you have a alcoholic drink and then a non-alcoholic drink. An alcoholic drink and then a
so you alternate between booze and no booze.
Right.
Like a beer and then a Coke.
Correct. Beer, water, beer,
No,
water.
that's dumb. It's stupid. Why would you do that? That's not going to keep you. First of all, if you pour a double vodka with a splash of soda and then follow that with just like a glass of water, I still don't think that's going to do anything.
I'm zebra striping.
What is that name? I don't understand the correlation.
Black stripes, white stripes, they're different, right? So it's an alcohol drink.
Okay.
Non-alcoholic drink.
I would not have come up with that term, but okay. Whatever keeps you even, level, whatever.
Somebody broke down what it would cost if you purchased all of the 12 Days of Christmas items?
Yeah, they always do this, but did they adjust for the Biden inflation?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Holy crap. So to purchase all of this stuff, the partridge in a pear tree, the 5 golden rings, all of that crap, $49,263.
Oh, man.
$49,000.
Thanks, Biden.
Now, the cost of 2 turtle doves. I've got to make the decision. Do I want eggs for my family or 2 turtle doves? Thank you, Biden. Ridiculous.
What is it? 12 goose a laying? 12 geese? What? 12 geese a laying?
How many ladies are dancing?
I don't know. I think that's the most annoying Christmas song out there, by the way. It's just, it does nothing for me.
And it's long. It's so long.
It's repetitive. First day of Christmas, partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves.
Where are the chicks on the pole? Where are the ladies dancing?
3 French hens, 5th day. 4 calling birds, 6th day. 6 geese a laying.
Wow. Anything to keep warm, I guess.
5 golden rings, 8th day. Is it 8?
8 maids a milking.
Wow.
Followed by a ton of birds.
I think that was on television last night at 3 o'clock when I was trying to find something to watch. Maids a milking.
And then the 9th day is the ladies dancing.
So it's 9 ladies dancing.
What are 9 ladies dancing going for at the end of 2024?
I want to know about the 10 lords of leaping.
9 chicks at the same time, man. To kind of put a bow here on this little holiday segment here, if you've ever wondered what it would sound like when the iconic, very emotional Christmas song Silent Night gets mashed with Metallica, well,
I was just thinking to myself, I wonder what that would sound like.
Wonder no more. Come on.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm and bright. Round yon virgin is here.
Yeah!
Mother, child, tender, mild, things get really wild with the holy infanta.
Come on.
Sleep in heavenly peace. Gripping the manger.
Here we go.
Silent
Night.
Holy night. Shepherds quake. Shepherds quake at the sight.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Barkeep Vodka, they're local. It's made in Indy and distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. They're all about local. They make a better product, and they utilize a new compression filtering process that reduces the bite and burn and aftertaste. Truly the smoothest vodka we've ever tasted.
If you're like me, you like a good bottle as a gift for the holidays. And I'm telling you, this Barkeep vodka, it's a game changer. It's like top shelf vodka sold at a low price, and it's made here in Indy. BarkeepVodka.com. Buy a bottle today.
Hey, holiday heroes. It's a special time of year at Shane Company. As a family business for 4 generations, we know firsthand that fine jewelry is the gift that says it all. From the engagement ring that says, "You're the one," to the diamond tennis bracelet that says, "Thank you for being you." We have the widest selection of fine jewelry gifts, in stock and ready to take home. Come pick out a pair of hand-matched diamond stud earrings or a necklace with a colorful gemstone. Check out our new Bloom collection, one of owner Tom Shane's favorites this year, featuring stunning sapphires, emeralds, or rubies. At Shane Company, every gift and every price range is crafted to our high-quality standards. We have jewelers working in every store to bring your gifts to life, making sure rings fit just right, setting center stones and engagement rings by hand, and engraving your pieces to make your gifts even more special. Your gifts will always be protected with our unmatched free lifetime warranty. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the precision and accuracy of the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indy. You'll be amazed at the permanent natural results you can get and get back to work ASAP. Darren Andrews, Clinic Director of We Grow Hair Indy, is here to tell us more.
The Artist Robotic FUE hair transplant at We Grow Hair Indy one of the most sophisticated hair transplant procedures available. The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Don't wait. Call today and find out more about the Artist Robotic FUE at WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your hair evaluation. 317-522-2995 or go to WeGrowHairIndy.com and grow your hair back today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The weather may not play nice. 42 degrees, cloudy in downtown Indianapolis. All good on your radar. Low of about 13 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:31. Driving tonight could be challenging with snow possible after sundown.
The 8 p.m. to midnight time frame. You could see some showers a little earlier in north central Indiana, and then potential for just some lingering flurries throughout the night.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service says temps could also drop below zero tomorrow morning. Drive safe and stay warm is the advice he gives. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears says a man's been convicted for killing Calvin Lawson in October about 2 years ago. Milton Porter's the man found guilty of murder and unlawful possession of a gun. After a 2-day trial, IMPD had found Lawson shot in the neck outside of an apartment off East Washington Street. Witnesses said Porter showed up to Lawson's place wanting to fight, and Porter instead shot him and ran off. The NYPD is still looking for the person who shot and killed the United Healthcare CEO in Midtown Manhattan. Here's Fox's Gernal Scott.
Police are putting up a $10,000 reward for information leading to the shooter's arrest. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says it's their belief the attack on United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson
was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
Chief of Detectives Joe Kenny said as Thompson approached the hotel alone for a conference, the shooter ignores pedestrians,
approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back.
Chief Kenny says video shows the gun appearing to jam. The shooter fixes it, shoots again, then flees. A cell phone found along the shooter's escape route is being investigated. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
House Speaker and Republican Mike Johnson says President Biden pardoning his son has only hurt the trust Americans have in the government.
They have done, in my view, the Biden family, almost irreparable damage to our system of justice. So we have a lot to repair. But I am encouraged and excited that we have that opportunity beginning early next year.
Biden said he pardoned Hunter's federal gun and tax offenses because politics infected the whole process. President-elect Donald Trump called it a miscarriage of justice. And you know the Colts mascot, Blue? Well, apparently he's got a lot of fans. Legal Sports Report broke down the most popular pro sports mascots in America based on Instagram followers, and Blue has the largest following in the NFL with nearly 500,000 people keeping an eye on the account. It's also good enough among the 4 major pro leagues in the states to be second. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:33.
This winter, cozy up with a match made in cocoa heaven. Introducing Swiss Miss Schmallow, the perfect pairing of Schmallow, the original toasted marshmallow whiskey from Hotel Tango Distillery, and Swiss Miss Hot Cocoa. You've tried Schmallow before. Now Hotel Tango Distillery is taking it up a notch with this fantastic collaboration with Swiss Miss. Imagine rich, creamy cocoa swirling with a hint of toasted marshmallow warmth. It's a sip of comfort like no other. From cold weather gatherings to quiet nights in, Swiss Miss Schmallow is here to add a touch of sweet nostalgia with an adult twist. Warm up your season. Grab Swiss Miss Schmallow before it's gone. Find it at your local store and toast to the taste of winter. Swiss Miss Schmallow, where cozy meets a little bit of kick. Sip responsibly. Must be 21 or older to purchase alcohol. Available where fine spirits are sold. HotelTangoDistillery.com.
The traffic at 3:34. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, we are looking at southbound 69, a little bit slow around 96th Street. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. South side crash, and that's eastbound 465 before I-65 blocking the right lane and causing stop traffic back to US 31. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Come see Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of sparkling lab-grown diamonds, refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Remember, shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Windy conditions today. We may see winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour. Highs right around 42. Scattered snow showers later this evening with some light accumulations expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, we all have seen it the past few weeks. The left is taking down Pete Hegseth, TV host, war veteran, multiple military, the recipient of multiple military medals, a couple of Bronze Stars. Pete Hegseth is Trump's Secretary of Defense nominee, but the left is getting help, apparently, it looks like, from some swamp monster Senate Republicans. Hammer. Everybody, I think, that we've talked to, including Senator-elect Jim Banks, has said Pete Hegseth is the guy for this job. Trump's Secretary of Defense nominee, but a lot of people don't like him.
So here's the situation, right? It's the usual suspects. Collins, Murkowski, Cocaine Mitch, and a couple others. The new Mitt Romney, John Curtis of Utah. Like, Mitt Romney's, not going to be there anymore, but John Curtis is like a younger Timu version of Mitt Romney. Graham Nasty and John Thune, the guy that is going to become the majority leader. These are the folks that have not said on the record, yes, I am going to support Pete Hegseth. Now, normally that's not a big deal. But when everybody around you is doing it to show solidarity, right? We're going to fix this country. We won all these swing states. We got the popular vote. This is the time. There are 6 swamp monster Republicans that you have to keep your eye on. Now, as of this morning, they had not publicly supported Pete Hegseth. But we have an update here. The New York Post says as of this afternoon, one of the sources tells them that all 6 of them say they do intend to vote for Pete Hegseth as of right now. There's a little caveat there at the end. But still, keep an eye on them. Collins, Murkowski, Curtis, Graham Nasty, Cocaine Mitch, and Thune. And it's the Kavanaugh treatment. You're right. What the left is doing to Pete Hegseth right now, they're making him out to be some sort of sexual deviant monster. They're making him out to be a raging alcoholic. NBC runs this ridiculous story with anonymous sources saying that he's got a drinking problem, which if you've been on social media today and you follow a number of people, from Fox or whatnot, people that work with Pete Hegseth, they're all ticked off because nobody asked them about this. I know Will Cain was fired up on Twitter today. Some of the other members of Fox saying this is a complete hit job.
Yeah, and if being a problem drinker, being a heavy drinker would preclude you from any job in Washington, D.C., whether it be an office holder or at the Pentagon, there'd be nobody available.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Pete Hegseth, again, a guy accused of sexual assault, never charged, never convicted. He had her sign a non-disclosure agreement, paid her off. She was married, staying at the same hotel as her husband and kids. And consensual video testimony and witness testimony contradicted everything the accuser had to say, and there was nothing there. And it sounds like there may have been an air of regret the next morning, waking up or leaving that hotel room with Pete. Now, is he guilty of bad judgment? Probably, but does he deserve to go to jail? No, obviously not. Nobody charged him with anything. I think the accuser at one point had some tests done like 5 days later at the hospital. Like, what would they have found 5 days later anyway? So it was very thin. And of course, they're pulling out all the stops because it's a Trump nominee, because it's a Fox News host. Again, I think part of the reason Donald Trump is nominating all these high-profile names, like a Matt Gaetz, who has stepped down from the Attorney General nomination, by the way, like Pete Hegseth, like Pam Bondi even for Attorney General. They're all great communicators. What do they all have in common? Kash Patel for the FBI nod. All great communicators.
So earlier today, Pete Hegseth was in Washington, and he's trying to talk to some of these senators that may be on the fence. And a reporter came up to him and asked if he was going to withdraw his name from being the nominee. And he basically said, no, I got a call from Donald Trump, and he told me to keep fighting.
I spoke to the president-elect this morning. He said, keep going, keep fighting. Behind you all the way.
So you're in this all the way.
Why would I back down?
Yeah, good. Don't back out.
Now, the Wall Street Journal today put out a story that says if Pete Hegseth was going to step down or if he was not going to be able to be confirmed, that Ron DeSantis would be the second choice of Donald Trump to put up, the
Secretary
Department of Defense.
Yeah. Wow, Big Daddy DeSantis. I mean, I don't mind that either. I'm sure the people in Florida is like, hey, quit poaching our people.
Right. I don't know. I think I would like to see Ron DeSantis stay either as a governor or maybe move into the Senate in Florida, run, 2028. We'll see what J.D. Vance wants to do, but I don't know. Like, working for Donald Trump, you're going to get fired at some point, right? And I want Ron DeSantis to still be relevant because I like what he does. But here's what I hope more than anything else. I hope the Republicans grow a pair, if you know what I'm saying, because they completely caved to Matt Gaetz. Now, Gaetz was not a great choice. And the minute he was announced as the AG nominee, we said on the show, I don't think he's going to get confirmed. He's burned too many bridges. The Kevin McCarthy stunt burned too many bridges. But they sure as hell didn't rally around Donald Trump's choice. And when the Democrats come at you and they're calling you a racist and they're calling you a rapist and they're calling you a Nazi, you got to start fighting back, because what's going to happen here is the Democrats have seen, all right, we're going to go after Matt Gaetz. Oh, he dropped out. Fine. Who's next on the list? We're going to go after Pete Hegseth. Oh, he's going to drop out. Who's next? We're going to go after Tulsi Gabbard. Or we're going to go after Kash Patel. You've got to stand up to these people. You've got the majority. You've got the votes. Quit being wussies or something that rhymes with it. Ridiculous. Brian Thompson, the United Healthcare CEO, fatally shot outside of a New York City hotel in what clearly looks like a targeted attack. The chief of police in New York, Joe Kenney, he confirms that this was specifically a target attack. The motives remain unclear. They've not made an arrest yet. Here's the chief.
At the scene, we recover 3 live 9mm rounds and 3 discharged 9mm shell casings. The motive for this murder currently is unknown, but based on the evidence we have so far, it does appear that the victim was specifically targeted. But at this point, we do not know why. This does not appear to be a random act of violence.
It doesn't. I mean, the guy that shot him knew exactly when he was walking out of that hotel. I don't even think he was staying at that hotel. He was there preparing for an early morning conference or speaking or something. The guy was 50 years old. He's got 2 kids at home. He's 50. He's got a high-profile job, the head of a billion, a healthcare company, a gigantic healthcare company worth billions of dollars. I can imagine these guys at that level don't have, they don't have any sort of security or anything. You know what I mean?
Like, and you watch this video because the video is all over the internet.
Oh, it's awful.
I mean, he's just walking down the street. Here comes the other guy. Boom. Fires again. Like, this wasn't somebody that looked like they have never done this before. Like, this looked like somebody you would see in a movie, a well-trained assassin almost. And again, they've never caught the guy yet. So, yeah.
It looks like he was under investigation, the Department of Justice, for something. The DOJ launched a probe whether the private company, the nation's biggest insurer, led by Thompson, was unfairly restricting competitors and running a monopoly. I don't know if that would have anything to do with anything unless he was going to start dropping names or something like that. But again, this guy knew exactly where the CEO was walking out. Again, a young guy, 50, running this thing. I was watching an analyst on Fox News. They were saying some of these high-level executives that run these companies that are worth billions of dollars, especially one of the largest, or if not the largest healthcare company in the country, like it's under their contracts. It's in their insurance that they're not allowed to drive their own car. They're not allowed to answer their own emails. They're not allowed to answer or open their own mail. They can't go anywhere without some sort of security. Very bizarre to me, and the fact that the shooter knew exactly when and where this guy was exiting makes me think there was somebody else involved as well.
Well, his wife told the police that they were getting death threats. So there are so many layers to this story. And again, the scary part is whoever it is out there. Now, this was a targeted attack, but is he the only one? Is somebody else going to be next? What's going on here?
And there's about to be like 1 million plus people downtown Manhattan tonight for the Christmas tree lighting.
Oh, that's right. Plus, you think about what lies ahead the rest of the month in New York, from the Christmas stuff to the big Times Square New Year's Eve extravaganza. Yeah, this is wild, and if they make any sort of arrest, we will let you know.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel 1,000,000 times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings did such an amazing job on my garage floor that I'm having them back out to take a look at my concrete floor in the basement furnace room. I mean, they worked a miracle in less than a day for my garage floor. It was so awful and old and unmaintained, and they turned it into something 4 times as strong, easy to clean. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. Yours will be too. Check out their website. Check out the pictures. Get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call, 75197, and you tell them Nigel sent you.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center by offering the expert, compassionate care you need.
When I was at my lowest, I would have 2 or 3 nurses come in to give me a pep talk, telling me it's okay to feel this way. It's normal, but you have us to support you and you will get through this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
This Black Friday, shop at Helzberg and get up to 65% off select jewelry, like a unique engagement ring to say,
I want to spend my life with you.
a stylish pendant that says,
I think you're a pretty good catch.
or huggy hoop earrings that tell her,
See? I was listening.
come to the Helzberg Black Friday sale and get up to 65% off select engagement rings and fine jewelry. A perfect gift designed with the love and care worthy of your story. Visit a Helzberg store or helzberg.com.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
From sugar cookie crumbs in the kitchen to pine needles under the tree, count on Steel for Christmas cleanup made easy with the SEA20 battery-powered handheld vacuum. Now just $99.99. Power up the holiday and give a gift from the top of their wish list. Visit your local Steel dealer today or shop online at steelusa.com. Was $159.99 MSRP. Includes battery and charger. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
B's offering our Black Friday extended sale. 52% off, 10% manufacturer rebates, and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Stop by Sundown Gardens for all your live greenery this holiday season. Happy holidays from Sundown Gardens at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road. SundownGardens.com.
Looking for the hottest trends in jewelry this year? Come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra is making its way back to Gamebridge Fieldhouse on December 19th with an all-new show, The Lost Christmas Eve Tour. For tickets and more information, head to WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Bear. This is the calm before the chaos, rush hour later on. Some more cold air coming later on tonight. Maybe some snow icing up the roads. What are we looking at right now?
Right now, we've improved. We're looking at the south side crash clear. Eastbound 465 before I-65. Traffic is still jammed. Back to Harding Street, front of the line starting to clear out. Inbound 65, stop and go 29th at 2 Meridian Penn, 6-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Come see Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of sparkling lab-grown diamonds. Refined to perfection and value, it's the new choice in diamonds. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, it is 43 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, but it is going to get down to a low of around 18 degrees. 40-mile-per-hour winds a little bit later on tonight. Some of the coldest air of the year. So get ready, Bal, as Joe Biden once said. Nige, if this weather isn't enough, if you need another reason to drink tonight, or maybe eat, how about this? Today, on the calendar, National Cookie Day. Oh, damn. I love a good cookie, man. Cookies are good. Here to set the mood for National Cookie Day is the Cookie Monster.
I did it all for the cookie. The cookie. The cookie. And me can take a cookie and stick it in my yum. Stick it in my yum. Stick it in my yum.
It's Cookie Monster celebrating National Cookie Day.
Man, if you haven't had a cookie from Rosie's Place, it's this breakfast/lunch thing in downtown Zionsville on Main Street. I think there's one in Carmel, too, maybe one in Zion. A decadent. I mean, just the fresh-made, baked, soft, sugar, different.
Like you started 8 sentences and didn't complete one of them.
I couldn't. It's just, I want one right now so bad.
Bring some in tomorrow.
All right, well.
Stop by and bring some in. You told us they were decadent. You can't just throw decadent out there and not bring any in.
It's like nothing you've ever had. It's really good.
These are cookies that the minute you take a bite of them, your pants fall off. Like they're that good.
Or you gain so much weight that you can't fit your pants. You can't put your pants on.
What type of cookie do you go with? Are you a chocolate chip guy? Are you a sugar cookie guy?
Oh, definitely. Like the softer it is, the better. I don't like the crunchy. I don't like Chips Ahoy for me. The classic cookie that you buy at the grocery store. And they have the soft batch, right? I'm down with the soft batch, but I don't like the hard, tough, crunchy cookies.
Okay.
No, I've got to go with a soft sugar cookie.
Now, Oreo falls into a crunchy category, and Oreo's damn good.
It's different. Yeah, I like the double stuff, but and a good snickerdoodle.
Okay.
Well.
I can't be the only fatty that takes 2 double stuffs, opens up 2 ends, and makes a quadruple stuff.
I've never done that before.
Oh, come on.
I
really?
know. I'm missing out. I'm letting the best in life pass me by.
Allison, you ever made a quadruple stuff Oreo?
No, but I know what I'm doing tonight.
Thank you. I'm telling you right now, crazy plain lady, I am telling you right now, quadruple stuff Oreos, game changer.
Dunk it in milk or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Treat it like a regular Oreo, but you put 2 of those bad boys together. So the question becomes, what is Indiana's favorite cookie? There was some website that put together a list of the most searched cookies for every state. Sugar cookie was Indiana's.
Okay. I can see that.
My wife makes a lot of these like sugar cookies for the holidays and things like that, and they're good. But if I have my choice between a chocolate chip cookie and a sugar cookie, I'm going chocolate chip every time.
One other one that like sometimes we'll get for the kids' birthdays or parties, crumble. Crumble cookie. You know the crumble cookie there, Allison?
Oh, they're gigantic. Do not look at the calories.
Love the crumbles.
So what one is like the big smiley face? Like the have a nice day smiley face, the yellow one? What type of cookie is that?
I think it's a sugar cookie. But
Is it a sugar cookie? Okay, because those are pretty good. They are pretty good.
Taylor's Bakery also really good around here.
Okay. So the question becomes, we're going to put this out on social media. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, send us your messages. Best cookies in Indy. Who's got the best cookies? Tag your favorite bakery or wherever you get your cookies, and we'll share some with the class. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I bet you didn't know this. The average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income. I'm not just pulling these numbers out of my tuchus. This is according to CBS News. It's because they file for their benefits at the wrong time. Learn how you could avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery. He's your retirement guy. He's my retirement guy. And we trust Bill to help us with planning for our retirement. You can too.
So if you've saved more than $200,000 and you have not yet filed for Social Security, call Bill Demery. He's my retirement guy, and he should be your retirement guy because he's going to break this down for you in a way you understand. And the main, message is keeping more of your money and less money for the government. I think that's something we can all get behind. 317-648-5120. 648-5120. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. Tell him Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good?
Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ends 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's the holidays. If you're feeling bah humbug or not bringing your usual cheer, it could be low testosterone. It affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help put jingle in your bells. Guys have different T levels. We're not all the same. Don't go for just any standard dosage TRT plan. We recommend personalized treatment you get with the experts at Low T Center. Their TRT plan is tailored just for you with over a decade of experience. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
It's Black Friday Big Sparkle Week at Shane Company. As your friend and jeweler since 1929, we have gifts to make you a holiday hero. We're kicking off the season with a special collection of diamond pieces in every price range, starting at $125 to just under $5,000. We have limited quantities, so don't wait. No matter your budget, all of our fine jewelry gifts are crafted with care to our high-quality standards. Don't miss Black Friday Big Sparkle Week in store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Coming up in 2 minutes, temperatures could be in the negatives when you wake up tomorrow, when former Attorney General Curtis Hill will stand trial in a groping case, and why putting Christmas lights on your car is not as fun as it sounds. And those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A killer remains on the loose. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, after a healthcare executive was gunned down in New York City early today.
NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says it's their belief the attack on United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson
was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
Chief of Detectives Joe Kenny said as Thompson approached the hotel alone for a conference, the shooter ignores pedestrians,
approaches the victim from behind and shoots him in the back.
Chief Kenny says video shows the gun appearing to jam. The shooter fixes it, shoots again, then flees. A cell phone found along the shooter's escape route is being investigated.
Fox's Gernal Scott, the suspect last seen on an e-bike heading into Central Park. Thompson lived in Minnesota. His wife tells NBC News he had faced threats, possibly related to insurance coverage. Trump Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth continues meetings with senators while facing growing questions about personal conduct.
Multiple sources are telling us that Trump is thinking about swapping out Hegseth for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. The two spoke about it in person down in Florida during a memorial service just yesterday. But Hegseth says he spoke to Trump this morning, and Trump told him to keep on fighting for the men and women in uniform.
Fox's Aisha Hasni at the Capitol. House Speaker Mike Johnson just telling Fox News.
Look, we support the president. I mean, he has made some really strong nominations. He needs people who will come in and, let's be frank, shake up the status quo. And the Department of Defense needs some reform. We all know that. And Pete, I think, would do a good job at that. So I'm cheering for him.
More broadly, Johnson says Republicans will have an aggressive agenda for the first 100 days. The majority still slim, 220 to 215, after the last congressional race was called in California a flip for Democrats. A record day on Wall Street, the Dow closing over 45K. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's going to be cold. Cloudy with temperatures in the lower 40s on the circle. No trouble on your radar, but snow is possible tonight. 13 is your low. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 402. That's where temperatures could be by the time you're backing out of your driveway tomorrow. Cody Moore says it's going to feel even colder.
Yeah, you could totally consider this an Arctic blast. This is coming from Canada, so we're going to have northwest winds ushering in very chilly temperatures that are originating in central Canada into the Arctic regions.
Moore says snow is also possible. It could begin falling as early as tonight. Former Attorney General Curtis Hill will finally stand trial over groping accusations against him from 2018. Here's Kurt Darling.
4 women accused him of touching them inappropriately after the legislative session ended that year. They're suing him in civil court since a special prosecutor in the case chose not to bring any criminal charges against Hill. Well, after 2 years of delays, the judge denied any further delay requests by the plaintiffs, and jury selection will likely start on Monday. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Freedom and opportunity. That's the name of the agenda of Indiana's next governor. Governor-elect Mike Braun intends to shake things down.
I'm going to be focusing on what I bring to the table, experience, problem solving, and making Hoosiers' lives better across the board.
Braun in his post-election press conference last month, his agenda centers around tax relief, investing in lower-cost health care, universal school choice, and more affordable but much cleaner energy. If you're thinking about putting Christmas lights on your car, you might want to rethink it. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
That's because it's illegal, says State Police Sergeant Glenn Fifield.
By statute, the only lights that can be visible from the front facing are white or amber. The rear, obviously, your tail light, which are red.
Fifield says some window tint shops are installing these lights, but that doesn't mean that you won't get a ticket by the cops if they pull you over. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Hey, holiday shoppers, got a no-brainer gift idea for you. It always fits. It's super useful, and best of all, it's just $50. Plus, you get 2 for the price of 1. I'm talking about a classic membership with AAA Hoosier Motor Club. AAA has bailed me out so many times. I've been broken down on the side of the road. I've had my car battery die on me, flat tires. AAA is there getting me back onto the road ASAP right now. You can get 2 memberships for the price of 1.
And that comes with roadside assistance, 24/7, 365. Get that peace of mind knowing your loved ones are safe out on the road. Plus, travel discounts, complimentary travel planning, and you can also get info on auto, home, life insurance, All you got to do is visit AAA.com/radio to get this deal. AAA.com/radio, or stop by a local AAA office. 2 memberships for just $50. Give that gift right now.
With traffic in the 5s at 4:05, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison Southside crash cleanup does continue on eastbound 465 before I-65. The right lane is closed and traffic is stopped. Back to Harding Street, 29-minute delay. And then on the northwest side, this is a crash northbound 65 after the White River just before 38th Street Kessler. And the left lane is blocked. Traffic is stop and go all the way back to MLK. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Come see Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of sparkling lab-grown diamonds refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Windy conditions today. We may see winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour. Highs right around 42. Scattered snow showers later this evening with some light accumulations expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline, one of our favorites.
He's smart. He's fearless. We love to have him on the show. Bobby Burack from Outkick.com. Bobby, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And what's the background of the Burack family? Do you got any libs in the family? Did you talk any politics at the table? Like, give us a little insight into the Burack family table.
Okay, so I have 2 sisters. There's the 3 of us. My parents had 3 kids. One is pretty conservative. Probably wouldn't be deemed as maybe as far right as me, which is what X always says I am. But I digress. And I have another sister who's pretty liberal. Loved Barack Obama. Voted for Hillary Clinton. Was a fan of Joe Biden somehow and supported Kamala Harris. So a pretty good mixture. I have a grandmother who is, I would say, an old school Democrat, like a Bill Clinton Democrat. I have an aunt who attended Thanksgiving who is a Christian conservative. So we were pretty well represented across the table. We had every political ideology and movement represented somewhere.
Well, was politics discussed is the question.
Oh, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Everything from Donald Trump is a racist to Kamala Harris was unqualified to, well, let's just wait and see. Oh, yeah, our family, we don't back down to political conversation. I mean, Christmas is, in a few weeks? We'll revisit many of these topics.
And, do you see people in your family wanting to, debate you specifically even more because they know what you do for a living?
I'll be honest. They actually don't usually debate me. It's usually my sisters going at it, my mom and her sister, my mom and grandmother. They mostly leave me alone. I think they know that I have some numbers usually on my side. But, no, they usually leave me alone. But every once in a while, someone will poke me and they'd be like, hey, did you see what your buddy Sean Hannity said or someone like that. But I'm always prepared, though, because you never know. Somebody might try to catch you off guard.
Bobby Burack of Outkick with us. We've been talking the first portion of our show today, Bobby, about what's going on with Pete Hegseth. It feels like this is the Kavanaugh treatment, right? They're just going to call him everything under the sun and maybe something will stick, whether it's a sexual deviant, whether it's an alcoholic. It's the Kavanaugh treatment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And none of it is proven. It's all hearsay. And the one last night by NBC News, which portrayed him as this unhinged drunk, that to me is a total lie. And the reason I can say that somewhat confidently is the report from NBC said that Hegseth had showed up drunk. People could smell alcohol on his breath during Fox and Friends weekends. Well, I don't know Pete all that well. I've spoken to him a few times, maybe on air, but I know his co-hosts very well, Will Kane and Rachel Campo Stuffy, really well. Neither one of them were contacted for the story. How can NBC run a story accusing a host of being drunk on air, but not asking for confirmation, question, or context from his two co-hosts? That'd be like me running a story saying Joe Scarborough took his pants off in the set of Morning Joe and not asking Mika Brzezinski or the other guy for comment. Like, that is standard journalism 101. So that piece was clearly dishonest. It was clearly a hit piece. And as far as I'm concerned, it undermines this entire media witch hunt aimed at Pete Hegseth.
So what's your gut, Bobby, with Pete Hegseth getting the nomination, getting the confirmation from the Senate for Secretary of Defense? I mean, we're hearing rumblings that now all the Republican senators are going to vote for him. Previously, the usual suspects, senators like Collins, Murkowski, the Turtle, and some of Mitt Romney's replacement, Thune. Some of these guys were wishy-washy. What's your gut?
So I'm conflicted because I don't trust a lot of these GOP senators. I don't. A lot of them, Tillis, Ernst, I don't really buy them. I don't think they're very sincere. I certainly don't like Murkowski. I've never liked Mitch McConnell. I know Lindsey Graham made those comments yesterday. But I think at the same time, I think it's hard to believe that these senators will defy Donald Trump. I think it's easy to say it now or leak it to Axios and Politico. But when it comes to confirmation time, I tend to think they're not going to want to stir up that pot. I've spoken to people really 3 straight days in and around Washington, comms directors and communication directors. The vibe has changed. I know Sunday night there was some concern. They thought that they were going to lack the numbers. That tone has shifted quite a bit today. I think Hegseth and his mom both performed very well during those interviews with Fox News and Megyn Kelly. So my gut feeling is Pete will be confirmed. I think Tulsi Gabbard will be as well. Robert F. Kennedy, I think that one, too, will probably ultimately be passed through, but I think he's also a difficult one because there is a lot of baggage there that they're going to try to dig up and spin, and he is such a threat to the establishment and big pharma that I think the witch hunt for him hasn't even fully kicked off yet.
And Bobby, I think this is a really important moment for the Republican Party. You have to, at some point, show some sack, right? You've got to show some backbone because at this point, the Democrats, they think they can throw everything at your candidate. They'll call him everything from a rapist to a drunk to this and that, and you will cave, make him step down, and bring somebody else up. If you don't stop at some point, they're just going to keep doing it.
Right, and we saw that during the Me Too movement, right? When everybody caves, when every network caves, they just target someone else. I mean, who was it? Al Franken. I think he was one of the first that just said, all right, I'm canceling myself, even though these accusations aren't real. I'm just going to, step away. When you do that, you empower the vultures. So if Pete steps down or the GOP senators don't confirm him, you give the power right back to the vultures and the legacy media, the Democratic Party. So it's not just about Pete. If Pete doesn't pass through, all of a sudden they're just going to move on to another target, whether it's RFK Jr. or Tulsi Gabbard or someone else. So it's much, much bigger than just him being confirmed as defense secretary. You're absolutely right.
Bobby Burack of Outkick with us. Bobby, I was thinking about this the other day. At one point in my life, I thought I was actually a pretty popular, cool guy, right? I was playing ball, I was popular, all these friends. And I realized the other night, I'm at the stage in my life where I'm excited for Kash Patel to go to work. Like, that's where I'm at right now in my life. And I hope that this becomes the case because I am looking forward to this dude burning it down.
Yeah, me too. Trump's cabinet picks, there's some I like, some I don't. There are certain people I don't know how courageous they will be on topics like Israel or even Ukraine. But Kash Patel is the one that does excite me. I think what he can do
the importance of that role, how corrupt the FBI is. I'm with you. That is the one that I think, if you tell me which one will pay off the most moving forward, it is Kash Patel.
Last thing here before we let you go. What I love about Outkick is you guys are a little politics, little news, little sports. You guys mix it up really well. So where are we at with planting the flag and all these brawls on college football rivalry weekend? Because I got to be honest, I was here for it. I wanted more of it all throughout the day. I wanted fights with the mascots, fights with the fans, and I'll be damned if it didn't deliver.
Yeah, you're right. So particularly me, I don't cover the sports stuff as much as my colleagues. So I usually cover some pretty serious topics. I like to have fun with them, of course. But usually it's a pretty deep topic that doesn't make you feel great coming out of it. So when I watch sports, I just want it to be fun and entertaining. And I live in Michigan, so I liked it. I liked Michigan planting the flag right in the middle of the field because – who cares? And by the way, Ohio State fans and players and coaches, if you don't like it, learn how to win the game. You were favored by over 20 points, right? Don't cry when you lose. I mean, that's like it doesn't right. That's like the guy who gets beat up at the bar, then complains the other guy is bragging to the women that he won the fight. Well, if you won the fight, he wouldn't have a chance to brag.
But I get why there's a fight, though. Like, if I'm an Ohio State player and I just got my ass handed to me on a national stage by my rival, and I see them trying to plant the flag, look, I know we got beat, but I ain't allowing that to happen either. It's go time.
Oh, no, I like the fight. That's one of the reasons why I'm all for planting the flag, because it makes it even more entertaining. Because not only do you plant the flag, then the fight breaks out. See, I came from a really, really small town where I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I kind of enjoy fights, watching them. They're kind of fun. Like I don't know, there's something about it that excites me.
Sure.
When I see a bunch of football players start punching each other, I'm pretty curious. Like, if I'm at a sports bar, I'm going to stay and watch that fight on TV. So I have no problem with it. So for all the big tough guys saying that there's no place for this in college football, get over yourself. You're talking about college football, not the Civil War or the possibly ending World War III, which I don't know, guys, seems more possible than I ever wanted to imagine.
Yeah, there's a long way to go before there's a change in leadership here. There's no doubt. Real quick, what are you working on over at Outkick?
A couple of things. So I don't know if you guys saw some football player, a real dirty guy, tried to pretty much chop Trevor Lawrence's head off. He cheap shotted him. Yeah. Then he blamed racism and Islamic phobia for the criticism. Well, to me, that is really emblematic of a much larger trend that transcends sports, that we live in this wannabe victim culture where if you have a claim to any supposed marginalized group, you can insert those cards and everybody just leaves you alone. Once this guy brought up that he was Muslim, people just stopped criticizing him. That's not the way it should work. If you're going to cheap shot a player and possibly break his neck, you don't get to just say, I'm black and Muslim, leave me alone. I don't care if you're black, Muslim, Christian, white, or whatever. If you're a bad guy or a dirty player, you deserve the criticism coming your way.
Bobby Burack, check out his work at outkick.com. Awesome stuff as always, man. And if we don't get a chance to talk to you, Merry Christmas, and we'll talk again in January.
You too. I appreciate the support, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show. Matt Bear, you got to look at the roads.
Northwest side crash northbound 65 at the White River Bridge. It's on the left shoulder, causing stop and go traffic back to 21st Street. Eastbound 70 grinding from Holt Road into Meridian, Illinois. Southbound 65 stop and go MLK to Meridian Penn for a 10-minute delay. Crash south side eastbound 465 at I-65. It's covering the right lane, causing stop traffic to Harding Street for a 27-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. And that's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
43 right now. Enjoy this temperature because here in a couple of hours, it ain't going to be that at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Is this anything? We're going to play that next.
Mark Dietel, not just any ordinary real estate agent, he's a real estate expert. Just ask Dee and Andrew in Noblesville. They were done with the rat race. They were ready to live the dream of buying a camper, traveling out west, but they needed top cash from their current house to make the dream work. Thankfully, they hired Mark Dietel, who delivered big time. Got the house sold for the asking price in 4 days on the market.
Here's what separates Mark Dietel from the competition: the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right. That is the Mark Dietel guarantee. He will buy it if your home isn't sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Mark Dietel makes it easy. Give him a call today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, Dietel, markdietel.com.
This Christmas, as you're picking out gifts for loved ones, take a moment to think about the future gift you can give yourself. The gift of a secure retirement. Howard Bailey Financial is here to help you unwrap the possibilities of peace and confidence. With our free retirement toolkit, you'll get practical steps and insights to plan for the years ahead. From saving strategies to planning tips, this toolkit is like a financial compass for your future. And best of all, it's completely free to download. Don't wait until next year to start planning. Text GIFT to 888-262-1104. Download your free retirement toolkit and give yourself the gift of financial confidence this holiday season. That's GIFT to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Howard Bailey Security, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Your love isn't confined to an advent calendar. It doesn't stop when the Christmas lights come down. With the Salvation Army, your love lasts all year long. It puts a Christmas present under someone's tree today and a roof over someone's head tomorrow. It brightens Christmas morning and the hardest nights for hardworking families. Together, we love beyond Christmas. Give $25 a month to support local families all year long at sacentralindiana.org.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hearing about online threats every day can be stressful. McAfee Total Protection is here to help you live a worry-free life online. What does worry-free mean? You won't have to wonder if that text message is a scam, if new threats will pop up on your PC, or if you're safe from identity theft. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get up to 79% off award-winning online protection. Act fast. This Black Friday Cyber Monday deal won't last. Offer ends 12/4/24. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
This hour powered by bwindow.com, where their annual 52% off Black Friday has been extended.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Big Nige. Is this anything? Police officers in Illinois saved a pregnant woman who was speeding down a dead-end road toward a freezing lake in a runaway car.
Ooh.
Her brakes went out. Brakes didn't work. She couldn't turn off the engine. Here's the 911 audio along with a breakdown, an explanation from the sheriff.
I need help. My
brakes won't stop. My car won't stop. My brakes aren't working. I'm 20 weeks pregnant. I cannot die today. I'm trying to hit the brake as hard as I can, and it won't stop.
Moved to get in front of it and then conducted a rolling roadblock, which allowed him to get in front of the vehicle, gently apply the brakes, and slowly make contact with the front of the vehicle that was out of control.
I'm going to hit the cop. I'm going to hit him. I didn't mean to. I swear the
No,
car
they know.
stop.
Hey, ma'am, it's okay. They know.
I didn't mean to.
Ma'am, it's okay. They know, okay?
Yeah, they were trying to stop her car. They got in front of her. Boy, that was quick reaction time. I mean, she calls 911. She's on some back alley road with, headed towards the lake, a runaway car. The brakes aren't working. And the cops show up just in time to save her from going in the frozen lake. And then you could hear, I'm so sorry. Like, I love how the poor thing's worried about, I didn't mean to run into the cop. Well, they were trying to save you, honey.
Right.
They hit their brakes in front of you so you would stop. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know how that happens in a car. I don't know. I mean, the brakes go out, I guess. Like the brake fluid or whatever that's used in these cars. Maybe the line snapped or something like that. The cable or the tubes or whatever.
You've never thought about what you would do if the brakes would go out? Like,
I always thought you were supposed to throw it into neutral, like if something like that happened, and it would just kind of come to a rolling stop. But
I'm sure
of
some
course,
gearhead can tweet in and let us know the proper thing, or maybe our friends at the Indiana State Police, Sergeant John Perrine, maybe he can give us an update on the proper way to handle that situation, because I bet they've had to go on runs before where they've had to deal with that kind of stuff.
It can't be that common, though. What in the world would cause a car to do that?
Mafia guys.
That's it. That's exactly what I was thinking.
If movies have taught me anything, you owe money to the mob.
Yeah. You're saying this pregnant woman in Ohio was in debt to the mafioso.
I can't rule it out. That's all I'm saying. Is this anything? Britney Spears put a video on social media talking about her birthday. Now, keep in mind, she just turned 43 years old. Okay? 43 years old. Let's hear from Britney Spears.
It's my birthday. I'm not turning 42. I'm turning 5.
43.
I'm turning 5 years old. And I have to go to kindergarten tomorrow.
What'd you say? I'm not turning 42. I'm turning 5?
She wasn't turning 42. She was turning 43, but then she said she was 5. She doesn't know how old she is, and then she said she was 5.
I do have that problem every once in a while. I'll stop and pause. Somebody asks me how old I am. I'm like, oh, am I 48 or 49? Hold on, let me think. It takes me a second.
Yeah, I guess that could happen.
Brittany, did you forget your birthday again?
She's Frank
the
Tank.
Tank from old school. Now, I'm assuming she could have been talking about her conservatorship, right? She's been out of her conservatorship for a number of years. But she said she's turning 5, but that happened in 2021.
So
that's
remember that whole
years ago.
Free Britney movement where everybody felt bad that she was in this conservatorship? Free Britney! Are we ready to say we made a mistake?
I think and the other thing is, I think we're ready to say it was a big mistake. And her parents are like, see, told you.
Right.
I think she moved to Mexico or something like that.
Her dad was vilified by the Britney fans. How dare you keep her on a conservatorship? Now she gets out here on her own, her makeup smeared, she's dancing with knives, and she says she's 5 years old. I think a lot of people owe Papa Spears an apology here.
Dancing in bikinis. Dancing in her bikini, sometimes nude, sometimes.
You didn't hear me complaining about that, did you?
We don't complain about that.
No, not at all. Even crazy Britney in a bikini, it's better than most. We'll take it. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard. I know this personally. I'm an American Standard customer. I have an American Standard equipment installed in my house, and I use exclusively American Standard dealers. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local central Indiana dealers.
B&W HVAC, plumbing, and electrical in Speedway. The cold weather is here, and that means your furnace is going to be running. But is it safe? Is it ready to keep you warm? B&W's dedicated team of experts will ensure that your heating system is in top shape. So, whether you want your home to be warm and cozy in the winter, or when the summer rolls around, you want the AC to be great, bplusw.com. Schedule a time to speak with one of their experts. bplusw.com or just call 317-243-3581. 243-3581. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. The year-end clearance event is now through Monday. Save 50% off all in stock and special order Lazy Boy and Smith Brothers with extra discounts for cash and 12 months interest-free financing. That's every sofa, recliner, sectional. Plus, get a free large Big Green Egg with select Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Hurry, sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus with free delivery.
At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant. We've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Don't bank on getting any warmer weather. Cloudy with temperatures in the 40s downtown along with the clear radar. Temps tonight will drop to the teens, which could invite some snowfall. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 431. It's going to be cold tomorrow. Cody Moore with the National Weather Service says temps could drop to the negatives by Thursday morning.
Because if you are outside, especially if you work outside, then that's when you can come upon some real issues. So just make sure you wear heavy coats, gloves, hats, dress appropriately for this. Don't be outside for an extended period of time.
Moore says snow is possible, too. Could start falling around 8 tonight, so be safe when you drive tomorrow. IMPD says no officers are hurt after an officer-involved shooting around 3:45 this afternoon. It happened along Brookville Way. That's on the east side and not far from the intersection of Brookville and South Hunter Roads. More information expected to be announced later from IMPD on what they know that's happened so far. New York police still looking for the person who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson this morning. NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kinney explained what happened.
The shooter steps onto the sidewalk from behind the car. He ignores numerous other pedestrians, approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back. The shooter then walks toward the victim and continues to shoot. It appears that the gun malfunctions as he clears the jam and begins to fire again.
Police believe it was a targeted attack. Thompson was pronounced dead at the hospital shortly after the shooting. The Supreme Court heard arguments today at a law in Tennessee banning transgender people under the age of 18 from getting gender-affirming medical treatments.
These interventions carry often irreversible and life-altering consequences, and the systematic reviews conducted by European health authorities have found no established benefits.
Tennessee Solicitor General J. Matthew Rice talking before the High Court earlier today. The Biden administration and ACLU argues Tennessee is not considering the well-being of patients or their families. Indiana Governor-elect Mike Braun is calling his agenda as Indiana's next governor freedom and opportunity.
Tell you what I'm going to pattern my approach after is the best of anything that's been part of the past, and then I'm going to amalgamate that in to something that's going to be unique to the state.
Braun in his post-election press conference from November, he says he wants to focus on things like tax relief, lower health care, and school choice. And at the closing bell, the Dow in the green by 308 to close at 45,014. The NASDAQ was up by 254 to 19,735. And also up today was the S&P 500, green all around. It was up by 36 points, closing at 6,886. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 434.
A radio lead is a serious lead, and our sales percentages reflect that tremendously.
How can a partnership with WIBC serve your business?
My name is Jim Williams, and I am the owner of Galaxy Concrete Coatings.
Qualified leads.
I think it was about 2004 that I was approached about radio advertising. didn't really think it was going to help me much. But the interesting thing is over a period of 5 years, it got stronger and stronger every year. You know, we have like 10, sometimes 20 different ads that we're running.
Deliver your message to the audience that matters.
Radio is the first thing we start with because you do get calls that you can set leads and create sales from.
Text business to 71007 to take your advertising to the next level.
We close like 40% of a radio ad. We close like 20 to 25% of our other mass media ads. I mean, that's a home run.
Get results with WIBC.
With traffic at 435, here's Matt Bear.
Crash clear northwest side, northbound 65 before 38th Street. Kessler Boulevard still slow back to the north split. Other direction, inbound 65 stop and go. MLK to the north split for a 7-minute delay. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic from Tibbs Avenue into Meridian, Illinois, 13 minutes on the delay. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow roll off 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Windy conditions today. We may see winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour. Highs right around 42. Scattered snow showers later this evening with some light accumulations expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You can't fight the friction. You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. We'll look to Mr. Attorney General in Indiana, Todd Rakita. Please kick off some legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Manhunt still underway in New York City after the healthcare executive was just gunned down in cold blood earlier today. Wild story out of New York. This appears to be some sort of targeted attack. At least that's what the police have said. And, man, like...
Yeah, it looked like a pro to me. I mean, from how they were dressed to how efficient it was. I think he had a silencer or something on the gun. The CEO of the healthcare company, the largest in the nation, wasn't even staying at that hotel. He'd shown up early to prepare for some sort of conference or engagement or something like that. So, man, I don't know. He's facing some sort of Department of Justice investigation with, let me see, what does it say again here? This is a guy, this DOJ probe, something about something about stock and not telling investors about the federal probe before he unloaded a certain percentage of his stock.
Pulling the Pelosi, basically.
Yeah, right.
He pulled the Pelosi.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like assassination worthy, does it? It sounds like every CEO of every giant billion-dollar corporation is accused of something like that.
Sounds like half of Congress.
Yeah, right. And I don't like these executives for these giant billion-dollar companies. I can't believe they wouldn't have any sort of security with them at all.
But somebody had to have known where he was.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, how did the guy know he was going to be coming out of that door at 6:45 in the morning? Was there somebody on the inside? Were there multiple people involved in this? It's an awful situation. The guy's got 2 little kids going into Christmas.
The wife did an interview where she said they had been receiving death threats, but listen, in this day and age of social media, is that uncommon for a man of this wealth and this magnitude? Because I'm willing to bet half of these senators, probably more than half, sitting senators have had death threats before.
Yeah, exactly. So was it a disgruntled former employee? Was it some sort of person that was denied coverage? It doesn't sound like somebody that was denied coverage from his healthcare company would have the wherewithal or the know-how to dress up the way he did and use a silencer and an assassin just because he didn't get the coverage or like denied coverage or something like that. That doesn't track with me.
So they're still looking for whoever did this. And again, the videos all over social media, cameras have recorded everything that's gone on here. But yeah, Brian Thompson, the United Healthcare CEO, fatally shot this morning in what we believe to be targeted attack from the police department.
And he was going to announce at an investor meeting the company's 2025 financial outlook, $450 billion.
I can't even comprehend that number. I really can't.
And I can't comprehend someone of that magnitude, of that importance. Again, the analyst on Fox News I was watching earlier, some of these guys in these high-level positions for these, $500 billion companies, they don't go anywhere without security. They don't go anywhere without, it's in their contracts. It's probably in their insurance policies that they have with these guys, that they're not allowed to drive their own car, that they're not allowed to open their own mail and things like that. So, man, $50, CEO of a $500 billion company. That's crazy.
Some more legal stuff here. We got some action at the Supreme Court today, Nige.
Yeah.
They are hearing arguments, hearing briefings, I guess, about this Tennessee law banning sex changes basically for minors. Like the way the political left words this is gender-affirming care.
Yeah, no, it's removing appendages. It's injecting hormones.
Chopping off cranks.
Puberty blockers, yeah.
I mean, if you just want to be honest here.
Put it bluntly, yeah.
So they're hearing the arguments here, and it sounds like the appointee from Joe Biden, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Now, let me say that again. Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
You got the Jackson part right.
Drown Jackson. She's been pretty outspoken about this. She says she's nervous. She's quite worried because she's trying to tie this into some sort of racial comparison here. Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court justice, is saying that if you don't have the ability for minors to have stuff chopped off their bodies, it might as well be like what we were dealing with in the segregation era, where
Jim Crow
era, which I think this is apples and oranges. I don't even think it's that. I think this is apples and Buicks. Like, it's not even the same.
But it's a lot. It's even more simple when she's talking about the sexes and what you have to do to transition. But this is a woman. This is a person that can't define what a woman was.
She's no biologist.
Yeah. I'm not a biologist. I mean, that whole thing, you look like an idiot. You look like, Joe Biden appointed this person. Of course she can't define what a woman. All she would have had to say was, some chromosomes involved, one species.
Biological male, biological female.
One has a penis, one doesn't.
That's it.
She probably could have answered that simple. But because she was scared of the progressive political bloodthirsty left, if you put a solid definition of what a woman was, that's anti-trans. Oh, boy, you can't be seen as anti-trans.
So we'll see what the Supreme Court rules here. Nothing yet, but Tony Kennett, he's going to join us coming up about 5:33 today. He's all over this story. Yeah. He's got folks from the Daily Signal out at the Supreme Court. I know he's going to be talking about this tonight, so if we have any updates, we'll pass it on to you. More legal stuff. Mattel, the toy company, is now being sued over the Wicked dolls that may or may not have had an inappropriate website on the packaging. So this mom from South Carolina, she's filed a class action lawsuit against Mattel. She's claiming emotional distress from the packaging of one of the Wicked dolls because on the back, it was supposed to be wickedmovie.com. Because if you just go wicked.com, it takes you somewhere else.
Hardcore.
Well, somebody didn't do their job in oversight, and that's what was on these Mattel toy boxes, the adult film website. So now, according to court documents, the mother and her daughter were horrified when they clicked on the link, and now they're looking for financial settlements.
Hardcore, full-on nude pornographic images depicting actual intercourse, I believe, is what the court documents say. I'd be pissed, too. Is it a money grab? Is this frivolous or no? I mean, again, if I brought my kid a toy and a website in the box led to a porn site, talk about F-ups. Like you said, whoever's overseeing that, probably a firing-worthy offense, but does it rise to the level of civil lawsuit, or does it look like a money grab?
This is a money grab from this mom and daughter. I really have a hard time believing they have emotional distress over adult cinema.
Well, all you do is you click right off of it.
Right.
Oh, whoa, that's not it. Click.
Right.
Kids don't even know what they're watching. But again, I would be upset as a parent. I don't want my kids even catching a glimpse of that.
Right. But I don't think it was an egregious mistake.
It wasn't. It wasn't on purpose. But again, the F-ups. Wow. You put a porn website on the packaging of a kid's toy? Maybe she does have a point.
Which brings us to great moments in toy controversy history. Number of years ago, when Tickle Me Elmo was the big toy, the big thing, everybody had to have Tickle Me Elmo. There was a story, and NBC News had this, about how the batteries would wind down and it would start making death threats.
2-year-old James Bowman loves Elmo. Walk into his Lithia living room and you notice there are Elmo dolls everywhere. James even has Elmo slippers.
About an hour later, I noticed exactly what it was saying, and my son was repeating exactly what it was saying. James?
His latest Elmo, the Elmo Knows Your Name doll, recently ran out of batteries. His mother, Melissa, put new ones in. James? What was that?
James?
This Elmo doll connects to a computer to learn certain phrases and the child's name. But yesterday's battery switch appears to have taught Elmo how to make death threats.
James?
Kill James? Damn, Elmo.
That might be worthy of a lawsuit.
I have no problem with that, Mom, getting money. But, oh, my God, we saw boobies. Oh, you don't get any money for that.
Hey, guys, if lately you've been feeling overly tired, don't have much motivation, no drive, you've gained weight and lost muscle, these are all signs of low testosterone, and you shouldn't wait to find out. Low T Center makes it easy to get your levels checked. It's just a simple test. With their on-site lab, you get results back right there, and then their physicians will specialize a unique, specific treatment for your needs.
Get a head start on that resolution to take better care of yourself. Book that appointment today, lowtcenter.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things men's health. They can screen you for some cancers. They can check your thyroid. They can see if you have sleep apnea. And of course, physician monitored at-home treatments for testosterone that ship directly to your house. And they can also look at weight loss medications for you. Yes, GLP-1 weight loss medications. lowtcenter.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the precision and accuracy of the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indie. You'll be amazed at the permanent natural results you can get and get back to work ASAP. Darren Andrews, Clinic Director of We Grow Hair Indie, is here to tell us more.
The Artist Robotic FUE hair transplant at We Grow Hair Indie, one of the most sophisticated hair transplant procedures available. The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Don't wait. Call today and find out more about the Artist Robotic FUE at WeGrowHairIndie.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your hair evaluation. 317-522-2995 or go to WeGrowHairIndie.com. and grow your hair back today.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles, the best warranty around. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop drivehubler.com or any of our 12 locations. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Choose from over 2,000 Chevys, Fords, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes and models. Certified luxury, even the hard-to-find ones. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 12 locations. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ends 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
B's offering our Black Friday extended sale. 52% off, 10% manufacturer rebates, and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
See Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of lab-grown diamonds. Refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
It's the Degenerates Next Door, a sports betting podcast for dudes.
Real dudes, not the fake Kardashian-looking like dudes you see on television doing this. The Degenerates Next Door. Download and subscribe today anywhere you get your podcast. Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
Inbound 65, stop and go. MLK to Meridian, Penn Ford, 8-minute delay. Eastbound 70, slow to the south split back to Tibbs Avenue. That is a delay time of 21 minutes. On the north side, northbound 465, stop and go, 86th Street to 865. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic, Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. South side, eastbound 465, grinding around Kentucky Avenue and again from 31 over 265. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. If you are looking for the hottest new trends in jewelry this year, come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, we are looking at 41 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and let's crank up some booze news.
You set them up, and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. One by one.
We are gonna read booze news, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Nigel presents
Booze news, booze news. Time for booze news.
Wow, a Stoli brand vodka filed for bankruptcy.
You hate to see that.
Stolichnaya. I mean, that's a household name in terms of vodka. How many vodkas can you name off the top of your head? Like different brands.
The only one I know is Barkeep. Barkeep vodka.
Barkeep vodka is the best locally right here in Indy, made with homegrown Indiana corn, smooth.
Top shelf vodka sold at a low, low price. I don't know any other vodkas other than that, Nigel.
But you never heard of Stoli. You've heard of Stoli, though, right?
Yeah. Stoli had all the different flavors, right? They had a million different flavored vodkas.
Smirnoff did, too. Some of those other lesser brands. Yeah, I mean, but those are, I mean, Barkeep have this filtering process where it makes, there's no burn, there's no aftertaste. It's real smooth.
Right.
Yeah, Stoli's like Stolichnaya, Russian vodka.
Man.
Vodka's gone.
Filing for bankruptcy.
I don't know if it's gone, but yeah, bankruptcy.
You know, there is another vodka coming to the market. Have you heard about this one?
Look,
When it comes to the upcoming Hammer and Nigel show tequila, I've been put in a very rough position. On one hand, I hate Hammer and Nigel.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I love bottles of liquor. I mean, I really love bottles of liquor. But the last thing I want is for Hammer and Nigel to make a bunch of money on this. So I've decided to come out with my own bottle of liquor. Coming soon is Boss Hogsett Vodka. Boss Hogsett Vodka will be a little different than most of vodkas because it's going to be incredibly strong. It takes an awful lot to get me hammered, so this has 24 times the strength of a regular bottle of vodka. It's the perfect bottle of vodka for any occasion. Maybe you're dealing with a sexual harassment scandal in your office.
Maybe.
Maybe you couldn't get anybody to hire you. Or perhaps you've got an upcoming date at a rehab facility. Rest assured,
Allegedly.
Boss Hogsett Vodka will give you the kick and confidence you need to get through the day. Even if your wife leaves you, don't sweat it. Boss Hogsett Vodka will give you the buzz you need, or you won't even realize she's gone. Boss Hogsett Vodka. It's a riot.
It's a riot. See what we did there with AI Boss Hogsett.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
Do not show up empty-handed to that holiday party. Get a bottle of Barkeep vodka. It's local. These guys truly have made a better product than the big top-shelf vodka brands. It is the smoothest vodka we've ever tasted. Again, just a better value than almost all the other top-shelf vodkas.
Barkeep Vodka is made in Indiana, distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. It's a top-shelf vodka, but it's sold at a low price. Pick up a bottle at grocery stores, liquor stores, or go to barkeepvodka.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. And then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Hello, this is Don Steffi, Executive Director for the Indianapolis Ballet. 'Tis the season, is it not? Or is it nut? The Nutcracker, a family tradition brought to life by your Indianapolis Ballet. December 19 through the 22nd at the Murat Theater Old National Center. Don't miss this delightful classic for the whole family to enjoy. Brilliant and festive dancing, colorful sets and costumes, Tchaikovsky's beautiful music, and a whole lot more. Indianapolis Ballet's The Nutcracker. Tickets at indieballet.org.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
When it's time to renovate, it's time to call Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com, because it's about the process. It's about dealing with professionals who are with you every step of the way, communicating how things work. The best craftsmen and professionals who have been doing kitchens and bathrooms in Indianapolis for 2 decades. Talk to Booher Remodeling today about how they work and why it will work for you and your new kitchen. Call 317-852-5546, 852-5546, or online at Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but you can still protect yourself from online scammers with McAfee Total Protection. From fake delivery texts to bank alerts, scams are everywhere. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. McAfee will help keep your devices and identity safer and your private info private. Visit McAfee.com/online protection and get up to 79% off award-winning online protection. This Black Friday Cyber Monday deal won't last. Offer ends 12/4/24. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Coming up in 2 minutes, cold weather expected tomorrow at IMPD looking into a police shooting. Those stories coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
Reassurance for the public. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Police in New Jersey say there are no known threats to public safety after weeks of drone sightings, often clusters of drones, every night except Thanksgiving, in an area near a military site and a Trump golf club.
A witness tells Fox that he and his neighbors are confused and worried about where these drones are coming from. He said he lives about a 10-minute drive from President-elect Donald Trump's Bedminster Golf Club.
Fox's Nate Foy. The FBI also investigating. A top White House official reveals new details about a Chinese hacking campaign, saying at least 8 U.S. telecom firms and dozens of countries have been impacted, also giving officials in China access to private text and phone conversations from an unknown number of Americans. The U.S. also believes the hackers were able to gain access to communications of senior U.S. government officials and prominent political figures, but they don't believe any classified communications were compromised. He plans to keep fighting. Trump defense chief nominee Pete Hegseth spending another day on Capitol Hill, hoping to win support from senators despite questions about personal conduct.
He said that Trump gave him some key advice when he chose him. According to Hegseth, Trump told him, quote, "You have to be tough as blank," something I can't say on TV. So needless to say, Hegseth is not backing down from this fight, despite unproven accusations swirling related to his drinking and treatment of women, which Hegseth denies and points out are from anonymous sources. He is here on Capitol Hill to make the case face-to-face to every senator that he is qualified for the job.
Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn, sources telling Fox the president-elect is considering Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as a replacement nominee. The jury in a chokehold subway death case in New York just hearing readback of testimony from the medical examiner who testified she didn't wait for a toxicology report before determining a chokehold killed Jordan Neely. Marine veteran Daniel Penny is charged with manslaughter. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Never hurts to be prepared. 43 degrees and cloudy downtown, but just a bit of rain southeast of Indy on your radar. Low at 13 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. You'll want to be wearing plenty of layers by the time you walk outside tomorrow morning, says Cody Moore with the National Weather Service.
Because if you are outside, especially if you work outside, then that's when you can come upon some real issues. So just make sure you wear heavy coats, gloves, hats, dress appropriately for this. Don't be outside for an extended period of time.
Temperatures could drop below zero Thursday. There's also some chances for snow. Indy DPW says they already have trucks out treating the roads.
So we have all of our drivers out right now. They are treating the roads for snow, and when the snow falls, they will be out clearing the roads wherever snow needs to be cleared off.
DPW PIO Abani Hart says they've got more than 80 drivers working in 12-hour shifts. IMPD says no officers were hurt after an officer-involved shooting around 3:45 this afternoon. It happened along Brookville Way on the east side. That's not far from the intersection of Brookville and South Hunter Roads. Police say medics were called to this scene originally for a stabbing. More info to be released by police later today. Freedom and Opportunity is the name of the agenda of Indiana's next governor. Here's Kurt Darling to tell you about it.
Governor-elect Mike Braun intends to shake things down a bit to the point Indiana's government runs more efficiently.
I'm going to be focusing on what I bring to the table, experience, problem solving, and making Hoosiers' lives better across the board.
Braun in his post-election press conference last month, his agenda centers around tax relief, investing in lower-cost health care, universal school choice, and more affordable but much cleaner energy. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Headlights belong in your car, not Christmas lights, says State Police Sergeant Clint Fifield.
I'd probably be complimentary depending on how fancy of a design they have, but then we're going to have a conversation about why it's not appropriate, why it's not legal for them to drive down the road like that. You know, it's every officer's discretion whether to issue a ticket or a warning.
Fifield says federal and state laws make it illegal to be driving with all those Christmas lights shining bright. It could prevent someone else from seeing where they're going. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Lovebirds, you're in for a treat. With your holiday proposal just around the corner, Shane Company is here to help you create your dream engagement ring. This is your moment. Let's make it magical. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've helped tons of couples find a beautiful engagement ring for a price that works with their budget. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. At Shane Company, we have the widest selection of ring settings and center stones, in stock and ready to compare side by side. It's so easy. Choose a look that brings your vision to life. From classic styles to modern designs, we have them all. Then pick out a natural or lab-grown diamond, a sapphire in your favorite color, or a vibrant gemstone like ruby or amethyst. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, your forever after is safe with us. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. We've got your dream ring and fine jewelry gifts for everyone on your list. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The traffic in the 5s at 5:05. How are things going, Matt Bear?
Not bad, Harrison. We do have some slowdowns, like the one on the north side, eastbound 465, stop-and-go traffic, Westfield Boulevard, over to the White River for a 6-minute delay. Northbound 465, grinding before 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 70 from the east side slows, rural to the north split delay continues down to Fletcher Avenue. Inbound 65, stop-and-go from MLK to Meridian Penn. That's a delay of 9 minutes. Eastbound 70 jam from Tibbs Avenue into the south split for a delay of 16 minutes. And then on the southwest side, southbound 465 loaded before I-72 Kentucky Avenue. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And Tara Hastings will join Hammer and Nigel next. She's a Wish TV meteorologist. He'll talk all about your forecast. I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's...
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. We'll go to the hotline and bring on Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Tara, first of all, how are you feeling? I remember, I think it was last week that you were on with Tony, man. I could tell in the morning you were like stuffed up. You were struggling. And then I was watching you on TV. And then like the next segment on TV, you were nowhere to be found. And Marcus was doing traffic and weather. You feeling better?
Oh, man, I'll tell you, that was like the worst head cold that I've had in a long time. And I still have this residual, cough, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's so annoying. I'm like, it is a week. I have taken decongestants up the wazoo. I have tried bourbon. I have tried wine. I have tried everything, and I cannot get rid of this cough.
Yeah. I just think you were trying to get out of the segment with Tony. Honestly, that's...
that is correct.
You didn't want to have the awkward conversations with Tony where there's multiple seconds of dead air, and you said, you know what, I've just got to cough.
But it's hard it's got to be hard for somebody like Hammer and I could at least maybe not fake it, but we're not on TV, you know. We could struggle through with a head cold, but you having to be on camera, that's a totally different animal when you're sick, isn't it?
Right, yeah, especially when you have all those bright lights, like looking at, you're looking into these bright lights. And then it's so funny because Marcus goes, but you look great. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, you are being so sarcastic. I looked awful.
So before we get to the important stuff here, because we do have some important stuff to talk about weather-wise, I sent Tara a text earlier today. I was like, hey, if you're available, let's come on the air. Let's talk about this cold front moving in. And Tara told me, I've got a hair appointment, but I think we can make it work.
Oh, good.
So I gave her a challenge. if you get a very tight, kinky perm, I'll donate $1 to you. So, Tara Hastings, did you get the very tight, like Annie-like perm?
No. But I'll tell you what, I don't need a perm. And I forgot, I'll find the photo. I have my high school, I will tweet it to you. I have my high school senior picture, and I have naturally curly hair.
Okay.
So it looks like I have a perm. Like, I don't need the chemicals. It's all el natural, baby.
Do people get perms anymore? I mean, I'm not.
I don't know.
I go to a
Do they?
barber shop, I like my wife goes to a salon.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure Tara goes to a salon. The
Right.
perm is not in vogue
I see
anymore.
teenage boys with like short hair on the side and like perm up top, like a poodle type of look. That's a thing now.
Boy, it doesn't like Phil Sanchez's son. Like, he has just this amazing like locks of hair too. That's just super curly.
Right.
It's so awesome.
Right.
But yeah, no.
So
mine is all el natural, baby. I don't have to pay for it.
Right on.
Definitely find the photo where the soul glow was in effect and send that to us. Okay.
I will. I'll tweet it to you. Yeah, I will.
All right. It's about 5:10 right now. Tara, how bad is this going to get tonight?
So I don't think. Here's the deal. I don't think it's going to get terrible, but we do need to be aware that there's going to be a cold front that's going to move through, and we could see some scattered snow showers, maybe a snow squall where we may see some just brief at times where we see a reduced visibility. But I'll say this: it's going to be pretty scattered. I don't think this is going to move across the entire, it's not going to be widespread, from north to south. I think it's going to be a thin line that's going to move through. And I think the evening commute is going to be fine, right?
Good.
We've got a few spits of rain out there. I just drove home, some spits of rain here or there. Nothing bad. But again, Monday night, what do we only have, like, a quarter of an inch or half an inch of snow?
A nightmare.
And my husband's like, oh, my gosh, it's so slow and the roads are awful. And I'm like, oh, okay. So at times it doesn't take much, right, to get, and of course that was kind of like the first major snowfall during like a evening commute kind of scenario, right? So I don't think we're going to get a lot of snow. With some people may not even see any snow. Others may see a little bit here or there, a dusting, but we're going with less than an inch of any kind of accumulation at all.
But we're also going to get some pretty intense winds and some brutal cold temperatures. Like, is this going to be like the coldest air we have felt in a long time?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't know if we've had sub-zero wind chills yet this season. Have we? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think either. So, okay, so we've got the winds already. We have this wind advisory in place here for central Indiana right now. Winds may gust 40 miles an hour plus. That wind advisory lasts all the way tonight until about 4 o'clock on Thursday morning. The cold front will move through. I think the snow showers, did we type about timing? About 7, 8 o'clock-ish through about midnight. And then all that moves off to the south and east of us. And we'll begin to clear out, and that's when that cold air moves in. And we're talking about tonight, those temperatures falling into the teens. As you wake up tomorrow morning, sub-zero wind chill values. So -5, -10 maybe in some spots, because those winds are still going to be pretty breezy, and temps in the lower teens, your wind chills are going to be below zero. Tomorrow afternoon, mercury only going to get maybe low mid-20s, and that's it.
I mean, it is December in Indiana. We can't be like surprised here, right? It's December in Indiana. This is what happens. But I feel like we've been kind of spoiled so far with a somewhat mild winter. It's not winter yet, but you know what I mean.
Well, but yeah, no, technically, I feel like we've been mild for so long, right? We've been above normal, and not just like 5 degrees above normal, like 10, 15, 20 degrees above normal here, for much of November. And so then here we are, and we're like going way below normal. It's like, well, this is a shock to my system.
And then I'm seeing next week 50s. Is that a possibility?
Yes.
Is that real?
Yes. Yeah, that's real. So the brutal cold, I would say, lasts, Thursday into Friday morning, because Friday morning temps will be in the teens again. And then on Friday, we'll get close to around that freezing mark. And then we'll get back up into the 40s for this weekend. So near normal. And then I've got 50s Monday and Tuesday with rain chances. So, yeah, I mean, it's all over the place, keeping me busy.
One of the things I love the most about when Tara joins us is she's got little kids, right? And you can hear the kids in the background, and I love it. It's like my favorite thing in the world because my kids are old now, right? Like I got a 20-year-old, I got a 16-year-old. I kind of miss this, but every time we have Tara on, like all hell's breaking loose in the background. Like there's a kid hanging on a ceiling fan, swinging around, you know. Like,
where is she? Oh, there she is. Really in my room. Yeah, she goes, Hey, can you say hi? Can you say hi to Hammer and Nigel? Dead silence.
Nope. And you know what? She did the right thing. You don't talk to strangers.
Don't talk to strangers.
All right. One more time here before we let you go here, Tara. What are we looking at tonight, and at what point will that temperature fall off a cliff?
So I think the snow shower is coming in here between about 7 and midnight. And then afterwards, the temperatures really begin to take a tumble. We'll see lows into the teens and sub-zero wind chill values tomorrow. Jet, can you say, you? No. No, he says no.
Oh, a little Purdue fan right there. I see how it is.
Sometimes. Oh, there he goes. Did you hear? Say, you? There you go.
Is.
Can you get him to yell squall? Squall.
Squall. Can you yell squall? No, he's not interested.
Can you yell that, Tara? Because that's kind of a tradition on this show. Whenever there's a snow squall on the way, squall!
I like that. Oh, can I also, by the way, say I saw your video about the Advent, what did you get, moonshine or whatever from
Yes,
Top?
the Old Smoky Distillery, the Moonshine Advent Calendar. We've been doing it every evening, usually around 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night, and we post it on social media.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to pop over my wine calendar, my wine Advent calendar.
Nice. Oh, there you go. We'll take that. Hey, thank you so much, Tara. I know you got stuff going on and crazy work schedule, but we appreciate you accommodating us here on the Hammer and Nigel show.
You betcha. I'll tweet out that photo to you.
Please do. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's Tara Hastings, meteorologist for Wish TV 8. Matt, you heard her. It's going to get cold tonight. Maybe a squall at some point.
She's the absolute best, I swear to God. Looking at eastbound 70 right now, stop traffic from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split. Also looking at southbound 65, stop and go traffic from 29th to Meridian Bend. Inbound 70 slows from Rural down to Fletcher Avenue. Northwest side, northbound 465 loaded from 86th Street up to 865. Eastbound 465 jammed up from Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. And then southbound 465 on the east side, stop and go traffic 72 Washington. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, we need 37 people to go to the WIBC YouTube page and give us a thumbs up. That would get us to 100. We need 37 more people. Who's going to be the hero? Who is going to be number 100? Place your bets, a little prop bet here, a little degenerates next door. Who is going to be the 100th like? Go to WIBC's YouTube page, hit that thumbs up, and help us out. Right now, 42 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We're going to play a fun round of Are You Okay With This? Next.
$182,000 is a big number, and according to CBS News, the average American loses out on around $182,000 in Social Security income. Are you kidding me? You got to learn how to avoid that. You got to learn how to do that with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. That's your money. You have a right to it. You do not want to lose it. We trust Bill Demery to help us with planning for our retirement. You can too.
This free analysis from Bill Demery, it's designed to make sure you get the most income from your Social Security. This is your money. So if you're considering 401k withdrawals or anything like that, take the time to speak with Bill Demery. Schedule that free analysis right now. 317-648-5120. He'll answer any question you have. Free analysis. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Joyner Homes. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana and has a streamlined, fully custom home build process with an in-house team of architectural and design specialists. So you can focus on the fun stuff like cabinets and flooring and paint colors. They truly build unique, character-rich, smart design homes anywhere that you can bring a builder or on your own private lot. Check out their pricing online at joinerhomes.com. That's where you can also see some of the homes they've built. That's joinerhomes.com.
It's Hamer and Nigel for Window Nation. Tired of turning up the heater this winter? The condensation and chilly drafts coming through your old windows? You need new ones. And now during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off all style windows with a bonus 10% off. Plus, you could get 0 interest for 6 years. Just imagine what you could do with all those savings. Hurry, sale ends December 31st, so schedule your fast in-home estimate right now at 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here, letting you know that when you need plumbing help, call who I call, my friends at Hope Plumbing. They're locally owned and committed to putting the customer and the community first. They know spending your hard-earned money on unexpected plumbing issues isn't at the top of your wish list. So for the rest of the year, they're giving you $100 off any $500 plus plumbing service. Call Hope Plumbing today at 317-641-HOPE or online at hopeplumbing.com.
It's the holidays. If you're feeling bah humbug or not bringing your usual cheer, it could be low testosterone. It affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help put jingle in your bells. Guys have different T levels. We're not all the same. Don't go for just any standard dosage TRT plan. We recommend personalized treatment you get with the experts at Low T Center. Their TRT plan is tailored just for you with over a decade of experience. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Hamer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and want a local independent American Standard air dealer you can trust like Absolute Comfort? Well, find that dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
This hour powered by BWindow.com, where their annual 52% off Black Friday has been extended.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hamer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah!
Hold on to your sombreros. Hammer Chi-Chi's, the Mexican restaurant chain closed in the early 2000s, is making a comeback.
All right,
dear
let's
Lord.
go.
Are you okay with this?
Dude, I am so excited for this. I love Chi-Chi's. Now, I think most people know if I could bring back any single restaurant, it would be Ponderosa. But a very close number 2 might be Chi-Chi's. Man, they would serve you margaritas in like this glass that basically was like a bowl on the top of it. So good. So what happened here was Hormel Foods, the current owner of the branding for Chi-Chi's, like the name and the likeness and all that, they announced they're letting the son of the chain's co-founder run wild and use all of the name and likeness and all that kind of
The
stuff.
same Chi-Chi's font
Yes.
for the sign.
Exactly.
Where the C kind of curls around and goes like up, underneath the entire Chi-Chi's logo.
Hell yes. Like the yellow store, kind of like the paint on the outside, Southwestern style theme. I love this. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I think this is fantastic, and I'm ready for it. Let's open one up right now. I hope they put a Chi-Chi's on Monument Circle because, one, I know they're going to have the room because it feels like businesses are leaving left and right. I just saw that the jewelry store is having their going out of business sale down there. Now, I think those folks are retiring. At least that's what it said on the sign, but that's another open spot, prime real estate here on the Circle. Put a Chi-Chi's down there. Let's go. I'll be there every day. I'll be the Norm from Cheers if you put a Chi-Chi's in that joint.
Used to hit up the one on West 38th Street there with 38th and High School on the west side.
So I'm going to tell my son, because my oldest, he's wanting to be the governor one day, right? He's going to be getting into that type of line of work. If you make a campaign promise that if elected, you will have Chi-Chi's and a Ponderosa back-to-back, you will win in a landslide. You'll win as a Republican in Marion County if you run on the platform of we're making Ponderosas and Chi-Chi's great again.
Will he get the Democrat vote, or will they accuse him of cultural appropriation?
We'll just find the dead ones that'll vote for him. They won't complain as much.
He'll get the dead vote. A Florida woman says she was fired by IHOP after she served food to a homeless man. Here's Victoria Hughes telling her side of the story.
He stated to me in the host that he was hungry. Without a second thought, I bought the stack of pancakes and made him a water. He talked to me yesterday and told me that I was fired. I asked him for what, and he said company policy. I need my job, but I would still do it again. I truly would. I would still help somebody if I could. If he asked me for my shirt, I probably would have tried to give him that too.
You okay with that?
Yes, I'm okay with that. That's the policy. And I see why they do it. Everybody's heart is going to be, getting pulled. She's doing a good thing. She's doing a good deed. What if that homeless guy goes in there and he's got bugs, he's got lice, he stinks real bad, he's bad for business? Listen, if I owned that facility, these rules are in place for a reason. Are some of the rules ridiculous? Yes, but you choose to work there. So, listen, you got to put your heart to the side.
She did use her own money to buy him. It's not like she gave him free food.
Right. But if you knew a restaurant had a habit of bringing in just dudes off the street, setting them down in there and feeding them.
Your other clientele might be a little skittish.
Right.
Coming in.
Like, I know this is the unpopular thing to say, but think of it as you own that business. You have to draw a line in the sand here. But let's be honest, it's IHOP. So maybe there are worse people that go in there than this guy anyway. Which brings us to great moments in pancakes history, Nige. Great moments in pancakes history. How about from Austin Powers Gold member?
Would you like a schmoke and a pancake? A what? A schmoke and a pancake. Flapjack and a cigarette? All right. Cigar and a waffle?
Bong and a blitz?
No. Pipe and a crepe? No. Bong and a blintz? No. Oh, well, then there is no pleasing you.
Love it.
This was a 911 call from Florida where there was a guy that decided to just set up a table, have some pancakes in the middle of a busy intersection.
Lakeville Police Department up at 508.
I've got a problem, or you guys got one before somebody gets ran over. There's two guys sitting at a table in the middle of the crosswalk, in the middle of a green light, eating pancakes.
That was a little unusual. We do have
unusual. He's one of the guys who's got a mouth full of gold teeth, cussing everybody.
Wow.
And lastly, great moments in pancakes history. A guy from Columbus, Ohio, whose last name just happened to be Pancake.
Shut up.
Was arrested for breaking and entering a restaurant, okay? But I want you to listen to this report that a Columbus, Ohio TV station did. Listen to the very end.
Now, Columbus police arrested a man accused of breaking into several businesses in West Columbus. Matthew Pancake is charged with breaking and entering and vandalism. Police on scene told 10 TV they got a call about a burglary alarm going off at a Roosters on Nike Station Way. Police say video showed a man in leopard print pajamas inside the building. Officers found hamsters in Pancake's pants when finally making the arrest.
How are you just going to casually throw that in at the end? Oh, by the way, he had hamsters in his pants. Like, I feel like that's the lead, right? Man with hamster in his pants arrested after breaking into this restaurant.
And then a distant second is the guy's last name?
Pancake.
The name's Pancake. Dave Pancake. Nice to meet you.
Great moments in Pancake's history.
That was great.
All right, coming up next, Tony Kennett of the Daily Signal and the Tony Kennett cast. We'll get his thoughts on the Pete Hegseth situation, all the hit pieces coming out against him, and the Supreme Court. Apparently, Ketanji Brown Jackson, she thinks it should be okay for minors to have their crank chopped off. We'll get Tony Kennett's opinion coming up right after Harrison Silcox gives the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It could impact your travel. 43 degrees and cloudy downtown. Radar pretty much clear, but snow chances remain tonight. Lows drop to the teens later. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:29. Driving tonight could be challenging with snow possible after sundown.
The 8 p.m. to midnight time frame, you could see some showers a little earlier in north central Indiana, and then potential for just some lingering flurries throughout the night.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service says temps could also drop below zero tomorrow morning, so drive safe and stay warm. Andy DPW says they already have trucks out treating the roads.
So we have all of our drivers out right now. They are treating the roads for snow, and when the snow falls, they will be out clearing the roads wherever snow needs to be cleared off.
DPW Public Information Officer Bonnie Hart says they have about 80 drivers working. New York police are still looking for the person who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson this morning. NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny explains what happened.
The shooter steps onto the sidewalk from behind the car. He ignores numerous other pedestrians, approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back. The shooter then walks toward the victim and continues to shoot. It appears that the gun malfunctions as he clears the jam and begins to fire again.
Police believe it was targeted. Thompson was pronounced dead at the hospital shortly after the shooting. Donald Trump has named a new White House counsel. The Fox's Jared Halpern reports.
President-elect Trump says David Warrington, the general counsel for the Trump campaign and a personal attorney for the president-elect, will be White House counsel. But the president initially tapped William McGinley, who served in the first Trump administration, for the job, making that announcement about 3 weeks ago. Instead, McGinley will now serve as counsel for the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And if you're driving a car decked out in Christmas lights, State Police Sergeant Glenn Fifield warns you're probably going to get pulled over.
I'd probably be complimentary depending on how fancy of a design they have, but then we're going to have a conversation about why it's not appropriate, why it's not legal for them to drive down the road like that. You know, it's every officer's discretion whether to issue a ticket or a warning.
Fifield says there's both federal and state laws that make it illegal to have Christmas lights on your car while you're driving, though some other states allow them for parades and special events. Matt Bayer, I hope we don't have any cars with Christmas lights on them right now.
No, but it may look like Christmas lights as you're coming southbound 65. It's bumper to bumper. So you have that. Stop and go MLK to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic. Tibbs Avenue to Meridian, Illinois. North side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic. Westfield Boulevard to the White River. East side, northbound 465, slow after 70 up to Penn Pike. And on the southwest side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic. Sam Jones Expressway to Kentucky Avenue. And a pocket of slow on the south side. It's eastbound 465, 31 past 65. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. If you are looking for the hottest new trends in jewelry this year, come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight, we're talking a transition from rain to snow with some heavy snow bursts possible and wind advisories as the wind gusts will be up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Thursday starts off with feeling like below zero before we warm into the mid-20s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal, and he's also the host of the Tony Kennett Cast right after our show, 7 o'clock here at 93 WIBC. Tony Kennett with us. And Tony, let's talk about Pete Hegseth. This is probably the current flavor of the month for the political left to go after. It was Matt Gaetz, and now it's Pete Hegseth. The left is giving him the Kavanaugh treatment. They're calling him a sexual assaulter. They're calling him a drunk. They're going through old emails of his mother. And the thing that bothers me the most, Tony, is that the Republicans don't seem like they're fighting back. I see more fighting back from the colleagues of Fox News that work with Pete Hegseth than I do actual Republicans.
So I would say there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, I'm not going to condemn any of the Republicans, at least on the Senate side of the aisle, until we're actually in the confirmation hearing. That's really where all of this should be aired out at the moment. Although I got to tell you, I really do love them just whipping out the Brett Kavanaugh approach because they never learned their lesson. And instead of just saying, we've got maybe some concerns, maybe about your experience or maybe about, how you have carried yourself in the past. No. Can't just do that. We've got to make him. They tried to do the Nazi thing with the Jerusalem cross tattoo. That didn't work. Then he's a super duper rapist. That didn't work. Well, then he's a womanizer. Well, that didn't work. So now he's a drunk. Which, given Kamala Harris, America's wine mom, I don't know if that's really the fight you want to be picking.
And maybe I'm overthinking this, Tony, and feel free to jump in here, is that the Republicans wilted for Matt Gaetz. They're too stupid to understand the Democrats are going to keep going. They're just going to keep going. It's going to be a new name every single time until they sack up.
That's true, but there's an important game to play here. And the game to play is called humiliation. So in order to do politics well, you only have to do one thing. Don't be stupid. And the problem that the establishment and the populist wings of the party have is that they will get out ahead of their skis and they will end up humiliating themselves, and it causes a lot of grief for the party in front of the American people. So in this case, you talked about Collins, already starting to go, well, maybe I don't like that kind of a guy. Well, let the left make all of their screaming and their crying and their whining. And then after, if it indeed comes out that all of this stuff is garbage, then you rake Collins over the coals and say, hey, I got a question. Why are you listening to who MSNBC says is a good guy or a bad guy? Are you stupid or just pretending? That's how you handle it. So what this really is about is actually less about Pete Hegseth. It's more about, and I've talked about this actually with some of our colleagues on the station who disagree with me, when they're like, oh, Micah Beckwith said, I'm like, wow, what was your source for that? The Indianapolis Star? Oh, that's a bastion of trust and integrity. The moment of learning comes for our colleagues after they have trusted the same garbage for the 435th time and expect it to taste different.
And so you feel differently about Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense. That would be Pete Hegseth, Fox News.
Awesome.
You think differently of him than you do of his pick for Matt Gaetz, the Attorney General.
I very much dislike Matt Gaetz.
I knew
I've always disliked. I mean, again, I think he's a maverick and a bulldog in committee meetings. He's awesome in there, but outside of that, I've always kind of thought that Matt Gaetz is like a prima donna. He would probably be a lot better as a Fox News host than Pete Hegseth was, to be honest with you. He's a pundit. He is. No shame in that. I happen to be a dramatic pundit myself. But I think Pete is more of a get things done kind of guy, where Matt Gaetz is more of a in the limelight kind of guy. I don't really need a SecDef who's in the limelight all the time. I need one to get things done. Pete Hegseth is that guy.
And I kind of feel like a dad with kids in this whole situation here, Tony. Like, I expect the political left to do this stuff. This is the playbook, right? You're a racist, you're a rapist, you're Hitler, all that kind of stuff. It's like when your kid does something stupid, I don't care what everybody else says. I expect a little bit more out of you. And this is why I'm a little concerned about some of these wishy-washy Republicans, because what's that old definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Why would you keep giving leverage to Collins, Murkowski, the Turtle? These are the people, man, I think they're going to screw this whole thing up.
I've actually got some good news on this one, but the right actually does this a lot better than the left does. So the left gets out ahead of themselves about 20 years too early. The right gets with the program about 10 or 15 years too late. I have good news for everyone who's annoyed with Collins and Murkowski and Romney. They are all old and dying. They are. The establishment wing of the party was too stupid to raise up a generation behind it.
But I think the new Utah guy is like Diet Romney, though, right? He's the same thing, just not as rich, not as good looking, but it's the same kind of blah.
But the point that I'm making is that, and I've seen this with the Indiana GOP, I've actually heard complaints recently, actually. Abdul and I went to go judge a speech competition in eastern central Indiana. Afterwards, some of us stayed around and we chatted about the state of the GOP. And some of the establishment types were lamenting that the youths were all going towards populism and traditional conservatism. And I said, you did this to yourself by being insufferable and being know-it-alls who have your money and you sit in your corners and you actually don't do anything for the movement. You've made yourselves the target of scorn for everyone else, and that's why Romney gave his little farewell address today, and it meant nothing because he did this to himself. The establishment wing of the party is dying. It is. It will not be around in 10 or 15 years, guaranteed, because no one's around to pick up the torch.
Tony Kinnett hosted the Tony Kinnett Cast weeknights at 7 o'clock here on 93 WIBC right after our show. We'll bring it back home. Kind of the same subject here. You know, the Senate Democrats reelected Greg Taylor as their leader despite all the sexual harassment allegations against him. Meanwhile, you have former Attorney General Curtis Hill going on trial. I think it's a civil trial, right, for accusations of groping. And Curtis Hill was all but cleared of everything through committees, and the judge didn't want it. And now you have Greg Taylor and the Democrats saying, "Oh, nothing to see here," and especially with Thomas Carl Cook, the underling for Joe Hogsett, and all those accusations. Those are under the rug apparently, but we have Curtis Hill on trial again, presumably because he has an R after his name.
Look, I don't even know what to bring up as far as a point for Indiana politics at this point, except can everyone just calm down for a few freaking seconds here? Either somebody did it or they didn't. I don't know why everyone thinks that we need 437 trials that are all civil suits. It's just so silly. I hate civil suits. I really do. And I don't even care who they're against, who they're with. When it comes to a civil suit about, 436 years ago, this person suggested I had nice yams. And sure, I was in the produce section and I was holding a pair of yams, but that was really sexual to me. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't. And maybe that makes me unfeeling. Okay, if you were concerned about this, you know when you should have said something 15 years ago. Well, I wasn't empowered then. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. You can't go wrecking people's lives because you felt one way 3.5 decades ago. I don't want to hear it. We've got things to do, and dragging people into the courtroom over and over. Well, your party has no, your party has a sexual assault case. I don't want to hear it. I'm so tired of this nonsense.
And I agree with you 100%. I mean, a lot of this stuff is frivolous political BS from a local level to even a national level. But if this is the game, man, I just want the game to be even. If you're going to do an investigation on Curtis Hill allegedly groping, then by God, there's a major scandal going on at the Indy mayor's office that the local media here covered really diligently for about 36 hours.
I've pointed this out before. So the Indiana Capital Chronicle, who everyone praised, is a really great publication for about 3.5 minutes, even though I pointed out, they're funded by a very far to the left Swiss billionaire. They've done this consistently for the last couple of years. There will be a case of sexual assault or some kind of issue that voters care about where the perpetrator is on the left or in a group supported by the left, and they'll completely ignore it or they'll cover it as quickly and get it out of the way as possible. But then as soon as the Curtis Hill case comes up, it's all of the cameras, all of the articles. Again, the reason that some Swiss billionaires have to prop up these publications is because no one's reading. No one's watching Channel 13. Nobody's reading the Indy Star. It's not really worth a whole lot. I would love for this to be both ways. I would love anybody who does the wrong kind of thing sexually to be tried and to be convicted and for justice to take precedence. But we're not really in that case because that's only the kind of thing that normal people want out of society. And right now, we're not really electing normal people to govern us. We're electing the three-ring circus.
Hey, can you stick around for a second segment?
Sure.
All right, I wanted to ask you about what's happening in the Supreme Court today. Tony Kinnett Cast. We'll be right back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the precision and accuracy of the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indie. You'll be amazed at the permanent natural results you can get and get back to work ASAP. Darren Andrews, Clinic Director of We Grow Hair Indie, is here to tell us more.
The Artist Robotic FUE hair transplant at We Grow Hair Indie, one of the most sophisticated hair transplant procedures available. The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Don't wait. Call today and find out more about the Artist Robotic FUE at WeGrowHairIndie.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your hair evaluation. 317-522-2995 or go to WeGrowHairIndie.com and grow your hair back today.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swanco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or SwancoLLC.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and this holiday season, you gotta visit Miss Mary's gift shop at Sundown Gardens for great holiday gifts and decor. Now's a great time to stock up on all things holiday, and the greenhouse still has all your live greenery needs. Come shop for fresh-cut trees, wreaths, garland, and porch pots. Sundown Gardens wants to wish everyone a happy holiday season. Sundown Gardens, located at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com. That's sundown.gardens.com.
What is 988?
It's a free 24-hour suicide and crisis lifeline.
And what is a crisis? Maybe something you experience so often.
You don't even think it's a crisis.
Anxiety over money. A stressful relationship.
Concerns about a loved one's mental health.
If you are experiencing thoughts of suicide or mental health or substance use crisis, call or text 988. It's a listening ear.
And it's a way forward.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant. We've got special financing, so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call LD Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
B's offering our Black Friday extended sale. 52% off, 10% manufacturer rebates, and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Proud to be an employee of. Woo!
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Would you like fries with that? Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
Yeah, Hammer, it's eastbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 stop-and-go MLK to Meridian Penn. It's a delay of 8 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic, Belmont to the south split, 7 minutes on the delay. On the northwest side, northbound 465 slows, 86th Street up to 865. And on the south side, pockets of slow on southbound 465 at I-72 Kentucky Avenue, and then eastbound 465 before 31. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Come see Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of sparkling lab-grown diamonds. Refined to perfection and value, it's the new choice in diamonds. Remember, shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, temperature is going to be falling off a cliff tonight. Not bad right now. We got 42 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, but wind advisory in effect until 4 a.m. tomorrow here at the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Back on the Hammer and Nigel Show, I'm Nigel. Hammer's here. Tony Kinnett from the Tony Kinnett Cast and Daily Signal. What's going on with the Supreme Court today? They're hearing about the Tennessee ban on transgender surgery for minors, cutting off the cranks of boys, hormone blockers, any sort of gender-affirming care and or surgery. The Supreme Court is actually hearing this today. What is going on? I saw Ketanji Brown Jackson, as Joe Biden called her, comparing this to racial marriage inequality or something like that. What's happening in the Supreme Court today? What can we expect?
So to be clear, they're not actually discussing gender-affirming care. That's not a term. It's the term used by the left to describe hormonal and other damaging medical treatments that other countries have banned because, they're carcinogenic and they're sterilizing and they're awful. So that's being heard today, whether states can ban that stuff. Ketanji Brown Jackson, in her infinite wisdom of not being able to tell you what a woman was because she wasn't a biologist, has decided in her argument today that if a state decides kids can't get their genitals cut off, this is just like Jim Crow laws and discrimination that made black people use separate water fountains, which, oh dear God, what an insult to the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
But, the woman could barely write with crayon if she spent all day with both hands.
So what are we expecting out of this? Are we going to get some sort of groundbreaking decision? Is this going to be the new Roe Wade thing that the Democrats are going to fundraise off of?
Please, Lord, I'm praying that it is. I mean, I just want to see Amy Coney Barrett and Clarence Thomas walk out with the fire laser eye emojis. I mean, there's a picture of an old the Dexter's Laboratory Dexter cartoon, and he's looking up at a picture of Clarence Thomas in his locker, and he's going, "Please, Clarence, stunt on these hoes." I'm telling you, that's what I want out of this. I want the people who want to trans the children to be embarrassed, humiliated, and everything they do regarding that to be illegal.
I got about a minute left here. Tony Kinnett with us. Hunter Biden gets the pardon. I think everybody saw that coming down the line. But I've been telling Nige this week, I'm not even mad about that. The thing that rubs me the wrong way is all the finger wagging, all the lectures I got from the high and mighty members of MSNBC and when she does her briefings at the White House. They were sitting on that high horse. Joe Biden would never do that. He's not Donald Trump. No one's above the law. That's the thing that just makes me roll my eyes more than anything else.
Look, we know that the administration lies consistently. We get it. That's something that every American is very well aware of. What I made a point of last night on the show is that they screwed themselves over completely with this. God has a sense of humor and justice, and I believe that by pardoning Hunter and therefore giving Congress free rein to pull him in and hold him in inherent contempt, which means a little jail cell below the Capitol building until he testifies against his uncle and his father, that Biden may have actually just cracked the corruption in the federal government in half. And I believe that Kash Patel is already signaling Biden may have just made the ultimate mistake by doing this.
What's coming up on the big show tonight?
Well, we're going to cut over to live in front of the Supreme Court building with any of the big updates over to Elizabeth Mitchell. And we've got a little bit on some lawsuits about smacking the people who wanted to ban free speech in California.
Legal stuff.
Yeah.
Check him out on Twitter at The Tonus. He is Tony Kinnett. Tony, good stuff, man. We'll talk again next week.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, it's Matt Bear. I watch Stop Traffic for a living, which is why I'm always talking about planning ahead. And sure, we all know too well that you can't control the roads. It's like your finances. You can't control the stock market, but you can plan ahead. The people at Trajan Wealth will help you with that financial plan, whether your investment priorities are whatever they happen to be. Trajan Wealth offers tailored wealth management plans. They know one size does not fit all. They help you figure your risk tolerance level or how much you're willing to lose when investing, along with learning about your goals and timeline. Call today, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Working with you, they develop a wealth management plan that reflects your values, and because Trajan Wealth is a fiduciary, they always have to represent what's best for their clients. It's extra peace of mind in your investing. It's leaving the house 5 minutes early to beat the rush. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth to schedule your free consultation. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.